change. The hood ain't gon' change. The Bible better change. The church is the problem, man. The Bible better change. They giving empty promises, man. The Bible better change. It's a doggone shame. The Bible better change. Got to expose the evil, man. The Bible better change.
Got so many churches on the block to see the people. Time to take the chains off the Bible, better expose the evil. Send our letters to all the pastors so that we can meet up. You didn't accept the invitation, let's turn the heat up. Your pastor out here prophet lying, prostitute and take it time. You better watch them ride your king, cause that boy be a pedophile. Look at them, they living vibe, my people sleep, they in and out. Can't see that they lead us wild, all because of trending style. Telling us to stop teaching that truth, oh you don't need it now. Cal said deploy the man, set up cap and then we bring it out. Demons coming with that doctrine, so you know we mow it down. Bible better destroy because the Israelites right in your town.
From the east to the west, to the north, to the south. Pastor Pochop been running his mouth. Nigga getting the bag while your mama dance and shout. Running game on my people trying to take a Jew out. It's the money grab, got a pastor counting heads, cause the spirit been dead. Got a Jew seeing red, cause his mouth is full of lies. A Edomite in disguise, cause his mind ain't circumcised. He leading a Jew to the fire. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death. Ezekiel 37 trying to give a Jew the breath. Give me 7 seconds, man, I'm almost there. It's the saviors of the earth trying to get the people help. These pastors going insane. The Bible better change. They only preaching for the fame. The Bible better change. I see my people pockets drained. The Bible better change. The hood ain't gon' change. The Bible better change. The church is the problem, man. The Bible better change. They giving empty promises, man. The Bible better change. It's a doggone shame. The Bible better change. Got to expose the evil, man. The Bible better change.
Time to take the chains off the Bible, better expose the evil.
Better change.
Time to take the chains off the Bible, better expose the
Bible
evil.
better change. Saviors of the earth. Saviors of the earth. Saviors of the earth. Y'all know what time it is. IUIC, Birmingham, Alabama. No more listening to lies and paying tithes. These pastors going insane. The Bible better change. They only preaching for the fame. The Bible better change. I see my people pockets drained. The Bible better change. The hood ain't gon' change. The Bible better change. The church is the problem, man. The Bible better change. They giving empty promises, man. The Bible better change. It's a doggone shame. The Bible better change. Got to expose the evil, man. The Bible better change.
Got so many churches on the block to see the people. Time to take the chains off the Bible, better expose the evil. Send our letters to all the pastors so that we can meet up. You didn't accept the invitation, let's turn the heat up. Your pastor out here prophet lying, prostitute and take it time. You better watch them ride your king, cause that boy be a pedophile. Look at them, they living vibe, my people sleep, they in and out. Can't see that they lead us wild, all because of trending style. Telling us to stop teaching that truth, oh you don't need it now. Cal said deploy the man, set up cap and then we bring it out. Demons coming with that doctrine, so you know we mow it down. Bible better destroy because the Israelites right in your town.
From the east to the west, to the north, to the south. Pastor Pochop been running his mouth. Nigga getting the bag while your mama dance and shout. Running game on my people trying to take a Jew out. It's the money grab, got a pastor counting heads, cause the spirit been dead. Got a Jew seeing red, cause his mouth is full of lies. A Edomite in disguise, cause his mind ain't circumcised. He leading a Jew to the fire. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death. Ezekiel 37 trying to give a Jew the breath. Give me 7 seconds, man, I'm almost there. It's the saviors of the earth trying to get the people help. These pastors going insane. The Bible better change. They only preaching for the fame. The Bible better change. I see my people pockets drained. The Bible better change. The hood ain't gon' change. The Bible better change. The church is the problem, man. The Bible better change. They giving empty promises, man. The Bible better change. It's a doggone shame. The Bible better change. Got to expose the evil, man. The Bible better change.
Time to take the chains off the Bible, better expose the evil.
Better change.
Time to take the chains off the Bible, better expose the
Bible
evil.
better change. Saviors of the earth. Saviors of the earth. Saviors of the earth. Y'all know what time it is. IUIC, Birmingham, Alabama. No more listening to lies and paying tithes. These pastors going insane. The Bible better change. They only preaching preaching for the fame. The Bible belt Unchained. I see my people pockets drained. The Bible belt Unchained. The hood ain't gon' change. The Bible belt Unchained. The church is the problem, man. The Bible belt Unchained. They giving empty promises, man. The Bible belt Unchained. It's a doggone shame. The Bible belt Unchained. Got to expose the evil, man. The Bible belt Unchained.
Got so many churches on the block to see the people. Time to take the chains out the Bible, better expose the evil. Send our letters to all the pastors so that we can meet up. You didn't accept the invitation, let's turn the heat up. Your pastor out here proper line, prostitute and take it time. You better watch them ride your king, cause that boy be a pedophile. Look at them, they living vibe, my people sleep, they in and out. Can't see that they lead us wild, all because of trending style. Telling us to stop teaching that truth, oh you don't did it now. Cal said deploy the man, set up cap and then we bring it out. Demons coming with that doctor, so you know we mow it down. Bible belt destroyed because the Israelites right in your town.
From the east to the west, to the north, to the south. Pastor Pope Chop been running his mouth. Nigga getting the bag while your mama dance and shout. Running game on my people trying to take a Jew out. It's the money grab, got a pastor counting heads, cause the spirit been dead. Got a Jew seeing red, cause his mouth is full of lies. A Edomite in disguise, cause his mind ain't circumcised. He leading a Jew to the fire. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death. Ezekiel 37 trying to give a Jew the breath. Give me 7 seconds, man, I'm almost there. It's the saviors of the earth trying to get the people help. These pastors going insane. The Bible belt Unchained. They only preaching for the fame. The Bible belt Unchained. I see my people pockets drained. The Bible belt Unchained. The hood ain't gon' change. The Bible belt Unchained. The church is the problem, man. The Bible belt Unchained. They giving empty promises, man. The Bible belt Unchained. It's a doggone shame. The Bible belt Unchained. Got to expose the evil, man. The Bible belt Unchained.
Take the chains out the Bible, better expose the evil.
Belt Unchained.
Time to take the chains out the Bible, better expose
The Bible belt Unchained. Saviors of the earth. Saviors of the earth. Saviors of the earth. Y'all know what time it is. IUIC, Birmingham, Alabama. No more listening to lies and paying tithes.
so that we can meet up.
These pastors going insane. The Bible belt Unchained. They only preaching for the fame. The Bible belt Unchained. I see my people pockets drained. The Bible belt Unchained. The hood ain't gon' change. The Bible belt Unchained. The church is the problem, man. The Bible belt Unchained. They giving empty promises, man. The Bible belt Unchained. It's a doggone shame. The Bible belt Unchained. Got to expose the evil, man. The Bible belt
Got so
Unchained.
many churches on the block to see the people. Time to take the chains out the Bible, better expose the evil. Send our letters to all the pastors so that we can meet up. You didn't accept the invitation, let's turn the heat up. Your pastor out here proper line, prostitute and take it time. You better watch them ride your king, cause that boy be a pedophile. Look at them, they living vibe, my people sleep, they in and out. Can't see that they lead us wild, all because of trending style. Telling us to stop teaching that truth, oh you don't did it now. Cal said deploy the man, set up cap and then we bring it out. Demons coming with that doctor, so you know we mow it down. Bible belt destroyed because the Israelites right in your town.
From the east to the west, to the north, to the south. Pastor Pope Chop been running his mouth. Nigga getting the bag while your mama dance and shout. Running game on my people trying to take a Jew out. It's the money grab, got a pastor counting heads, cause the spirit been dead. Got a Jew seeing red, cause his mouth is full of lies. A Edomite in disguise, cause his mind ain't circumcised. He leading a Jew to the fire. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death. Ezekiel 37 trying to give a Jew the breath. Give me 7 seconds, man, I'm almost there. It's the saviors of the earth trying to get the people help. These pastors going insane. The Bible belt Unchained. They only preaching for the fame. The Bible belt Unchained. I see my people pockets drained. The Bible belt Unchained. The hood ain't gon' change. The Bible belt Unchained. The church is the problem, man. The Bible belt Unchained. They giving empty promises, man. The Bible belt Unchained. It's a doggone shame. The Bible belt Unchained. Got to expose the evil, man. The Bible belt Unchained.
Take the chains out the Bible, better expose the evil.
Belt Unchained.
Time to take the chains out the Bible, better expose
The Bible belt Unchained. Saviors of the earth.
Christ bless. I'm Captain Yadin, and this is the Bible Belt
Unchained.
Bible Belt Unchained. Hey, all praises to the Most High. Hey, listen, first of all, shout out to Deuteronomy 8 and 18 on YouTube. Shout out. He or she is gonna be our #1 fan, and I just want to say I appreciate you. You gotta respect the haters.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because a hater hates you so much, they will help you promote your show.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, every time you type in this, you make it to where more people see the show.
That's right.
So all praise to the Most High. We gotta give a shout out to our haters.
Big shout out.
Appreciate you,
Glock Dookie Award goes to you early.
The Glock
You got the
Dookie
Glock Dookie
Award.
Award early.
The Glock Dookie Award goes to Deuteronomy 8 and verse 18 in the chat.
I think he's going to be hard to beat, Cap.
I don't know.
I think he's going to be hard to beat.
Him combined with the powers of Axe Jeeves, it's going to be real hard to overcome that.
I don't know if they can hear you.
You got Google, you got Bing, you got Axe Jeeves. You know, you're going to come at us with a plethora of different things.
Hell no. It is what it is. But listen, before we get started, right, we want to make sure we recognize everybody here on the show.
Right,
all right, so I'm Captain Yadin, a.k.a. Big Judd.
Big
we got
Judd.
to my right.
Officer Keydon.
All right, to my left. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Who is that?
Wait a minute.
We got a special guest, y'all.
We got a special guest. We got a special guest. Do we have a video real quick?
Yeah, we got to show the video.
Let's give him a proper intro, y'all. Let's give
He
him
need
a
a proper
proper
introduction.
Proper intro
Proper
of
introduction.
the brother we got right here.
Appreciate you.
If you know, you
Gotta
know.
have a video.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Oh, man.
Let's see what we got. Let's
There
bring
it
this
is.
out.
Let's we get the sound now.
Oh, man.
We gotta have a proper intro for our. Let's play that thing. Hey, that's Christianity right there.
Ain't this beautiful, huh? I love it.
You got the white man watching. All right, all praises. I don't know what just happened.
It's show enough right there, y'all.
Bring us back.
Show
Who's the
master?
enough.
What just happened? We back. All right, we got to my left. We got Show Enough,
Show
aka
Enough in the building.
got also Israel. All right, to my far left,
Got Officer Jeremiah.
Officer Jeremiah, aka Avon McCall.
Avon.
Okay, and to my far right.
Sticker Bush.
Waiting on this camera, man.
What's up with
All
the
right,
cameraman?
there you go.
To my
Give
far
me
right,
three
All
times.
praise to the Most High. Hey, Shalom Israel. Most High Christ bless. Officer Sarai in the building.
aka Sticker Bush.
Oh my God.
Why we call him Sticker Bush? Because he dangerous up close. All right, dangerous up close.
Too close, he'll stick.
All right, you seen the belt in the intro, y'all.
Hey, man, anybody hold a belt like that?
Hey,
You
they
know
be
what I mean?
busy.
If
got
you hold a
problems.
belt like that, you can use it a lot. You know what I mean?
That's right.
It's all in the wrist.
It's all in the
you know
wrist.
what I mean?
All right, pause. We're getting on Christianity
Yes,
today.
pause.
All right, so all praise to the Most High. So look, it's our second episode.
That's right.
Of Bible Belt Unchained. All praise to the Most High God. We have exercised the IT gremlin.
Right.
That's right.
Right, because everything worked. You know, it ain't
Right.
like last time we was 30 minutes short. So all praise to the Most High. The IT gremlin has been destroyed.
That's right.
All praises to the Most High. So listen, I wanted to start this out dealing with something. We talk about the Bible Belt. We talk about Christianity, how evil Why do I do this all the time? What's wrong with me?
Sometimes, you know, you're
talk-
talking
you
got
I
to.
feel
You
like
talk with your hands.
Bobby Boucher. I don't know what to do with my hands. Because every picture of me, some kind of way I end up like this. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Let me put my hands down, right? So listen, so we always talk about Christianity, how evil it is, you know.
That's right.
And, you know, on Clubhouse a lot of times, you know, they like to come in and say stuff about the Israelites. And I said, and I always say, well, let's just pull up who got arrested today. Right. So let's find out who is our Christian deviant of the week. Let's go to Google real quick. Let's bring this up right here. Google search. Let's bring that up.
You being nice by just doing one.
I'm just gonna do one. I'll do one.
Pretty nice, right?
All right, we got the picture. Where we at? All right, let's see. Let's bring this up. Type in pastor arrested.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh, she typing that live right there. That's
All right. Top story. Go to the top story. This happened one day ago. Oh, what is
Florida.
Hell no.
we didn't
What's going on in Florida?
No. I will say we looked this one up. This is the first episode. I wanted to look it up the first episode just to make sure we did a test run, just to make sure nothing crazy popped up. Because you know
There's
we got
more.
it's kids watching, right? But let's read that real quick. Whoa, we forgot to introduce
Turtle
the reader. Shout out. Let's get him on camera real quick.
Oh my God!
All right, we got our reader.
Hey, Shalom, Most High Christ.
Oh, we on way? He ain't on yet. Hold up. There we go.
Hey, Shalom, Most High Christ bless.
What's your
Soldier
name, man?
Soldier Moses.
Now, AKA Turtle Water.
He's sponsored by
Hey,
Turtle Water.
The best drinking gas. So y'all need to go get you some.
right.
Bible Belt Unchained.
Hell
All right. Let's bring it back. All right. So all praise to the Most High. So, all right. So let's bring up this article real quick. You know, our deviant of the week. Let's bring up this article. Where we at? All right. Read that real quick.
Florida pastor arrested after sexually assaulting 2 minors in church.
Whoa.
Yeah. In the church.
In the church. So what did this happen?
Nigga, you gay.
Is that what the church talk about when they say the right hand of fellowship?
Oh man!
Oh my God.
Because
The holy kiss.
that's the holy kiss.
That's the holy kiss right there.
Hey, listen.
Hell no.
There's some evil going on in these churches, y'all, and a lot of y'all like to talk about the Israelites. Y'all got something to say about the Israelites. The Israelites this, the Israelites that. Y'all a hate group. Y'all this, and that. Well, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Every day of the week, you can go to Google and you can type in pastor arrested, priest arrested, deacon arrested, deaconess arrested, a youth leader arrested.
Right.
And guess what? You can get a new article every day. I did it for a month straight on my TikTok. Every day, another gay. All right, it is what it is. All right, let's read that article. What else we got? Go down a little bit. Let's see what it says. Read that. Let's see what he says.
A pastor in Orlando was arrested in Virginia after being accused of sexually assaulting and touching 2 underage girls at a church, police said.
2 underage. At least it's a girl. What? I mean, because, you know, they like boys in the church. You know, boys like boys in the church. Ain't that like a song?
I hope.
It used to be it was like a girls like girls, but in the church it's boys like boys where I come from. In the church, that's y'all theme song. Boys like boys on the church grounds.
Boys like kids, Cap.
That's the remix. They not like us. All right, let's keep reading.
Yersin Sarlart, 33, was charged with sexual battery of a minor and lascivious molestation.
Let's get his picture. Let's get him all the way on the screen. All right, look at this.
He's famous, man. You famous now. You famous now.
Man, it's crazy right here. So this is the church. Now I said we can go bar for bar on this. Go back to Google real quick. Go back to Google.
Hey,
Right.
Cap, that was on the first page. We ain't had to scroll 2.
That was the
pages.
first
That was the
page.
first page.
What is the
one.
very
Hell
first article
no.
on that page?
First one.
first article.
2 days ago.
Now go back to
day
Google.
ago.
We on there. Let's go. When we do it, let's do it live.
Do it live.
We're doing it live. All right. Now type in Black Hebrew Israelite arrested.
Oh man.
Because that's what they call us. Okay, let's see what we find.
2018.
So now we got an article from 2018 by the Southern Poverty Law Center. They hate everybody.
Racist.
Right? Now you got another article. What's the date on that? That's from a suspect attack.
85.
That's talking about that kosher market. Now we know them wasn't Israelites.
That was a lie.
No ties to the Israelites.
right.
That's just propaganda. What we got next? Washington Post. That's in 1985.
Right.
That's an article from 1985. We keep going. Let's see. Anti-defamation.
ADL.
Let's leave it where it's at.
Liars.
ADL. That's the same thing.
Right.
The
Jersey
next
City.
one, so Jersey Q. They say link. No, don't have nothing. Right. The next one is Jersey. Let's get out of that.
Yeah. Defamation.
So bar for bar. Listen, when it come to sin, y'all gonna win.
Hey, you on your Deacon Ace after today, Cap.
It's looking bad. It's looking bad. Hey, listen, man. Hey, shout out to A1. Shout out to Deacon Asaph. You know, it's like if I rhyme, you know, it's about time. It is what it is.
God is not going to hold you guilty for that.
All right, so the deviant of the week goes to whatever that dude name was. Don't worry, he represents the church,
Yes, sir, he does.
the Christian church.
Right.
Don't make sure you understand that now. So we're gonna do this every week, you know. Spotlight our Christian deviant of the week. And it is what it is. We don't have enough time in the day if we wanted to go through it. Right? But it's just showing something. But
It only makes sense because, you know, they come from the Catholic Church and we know
We know.
Now, we know how them Catholics get down.
We
You
know.
know what I mean? We know what them Catholics like to do. You know what I mean? We know what y'all like to do. And it's crazy that you mentioned Spotlight. You know, Lord willing, later on in the show,
Oh, yeah,
we
we
get
gonna-
to that point.
We're going to
You
get
know
into the
what I mean?
spotlight.
Hey, man.
Read, go to Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 7. Jeremiah 5, verse 7. Because I want to tell y'all where y'all at. When you go to church, today's Sunday, right? It's Mother's Day. So I know the church packed.
Right.
You know, all the drug dealers taking their mom to church. All the strippers going to church because, you know, they single mothers, right? Everybody, they taking their grandmother to church. Because it's Mother's Day, not because you love God, but because you worship the woman.
Cal,
That's right.
they ain't seen their mama all year. But today is the day when I go and show my mama that I love her.
She get the
This
respect.
they gonna do. They gonna go out. They gonna go out to eat. They gonna take pictures. They gonna post it all over social media. Say, see how much I love my mama. Tomorrow, their mama gonna need some medicine. And then
There is powerful niggardry at work.
you know, it ain't nothing but niggardry. It's just it's a show. That's what it is.
is a show.
Mother's Day is just a show. But go ahead, Cap. My fault.
Hey, it is. You telling the truth. Mother's Day is a show. It's a show. It's, hey, I want everybody to see that I love my mama. Right? But then when her yard be overgrown, you know, and the city got to come in and cut the grass for $300, nobody love their mama then.
Right.
You know, read that Jeremiah 5 verse 7 and verse 8. Read that. I'm gonna show y'all where y'all at when y'all go to these Christian churches on Sunday.
Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 7. How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me and sworn by them that are no gods. When I had fed them to the full, they then committed adultery.
It says they committed adultery. Read.
And assembled themselves by troops in the harlot's house.
In the what house?
In the harlot's house.
The church is the whorehouse. Thus saith the Holy Bible. They assembled themselves in the whorehouse. That's where y'all at today. Y'all are in the whorehouse today. Y'all in the church. Happy Mother's Day. Whatever it is y'all doing. They may have some kind of special offering for the mothers that they going to use at a massage parlor or whatever. I don't know, allegedly. Right? But it said they assembled themselves by the troops in the harlot's house. Keep reading.
They were as fed horses in the morning.
Go ahead.
Everyone need after his neighbor's wife.
Everyone nod. You know how horses be like, nah. Everyone nod after his neighbor's wife. So you know what's going on in the church. Right. You got the pastor touching the wife. Right? You got the pastor. We just seen you got the pastors touching the kids.
Little girls.
Right? What? Lock up the puppies in the church. You got to do it because you know they touching the puppies too.
That's right.
Now, we saw a video when two dogs get locked on to each other. And I guarantee you, the person that did that despicable act to make them separate was a Christian.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly.
I know what you're talking about.
I know exactly.
He took his finger
He took his finger.
and he shoved it in the butt of a dog. It's two videos like
The
that.
man
now.
was wrist deep
Oh my God.
inside of a puppy.
Good.
Who raised you?
That's so
The
Like,
devil.
what do your
Inside
man
of
go
a
like?
puppy.
Look, check it out, Cap. You see two dogs fighting. You know,
That's your first
how
thought?
am I gonna stop them from fighting? Maybe we should spray them with a water hose. Nah, let's not. Do that. Maybe you can grab one dog, I grab another dog. No, move.
I got this.
I got this.
Hey, hit him with that Dave
Bam!
Some nasty work, man.
Hey, a Christian. I'm sure he
Hey,
was a
shout out
Christian.
to the Christians, man. Shout out to the Christians.
Hey, but listen. Let's get into it. We ain't gonna be able to finish. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I love this right here.
All praises.
All praises to the Most High.
Praises,
All right, so look, that's right. The shotgun's coming out. Hey, listen, I know y'all black people, y'all was excited because it was a myth out there that they was gonna pick a ninja pope. I'm gonna say ninja because I don't know. I'm gonna keep it clean. It was a myth that it was gonna be a ninja pope. It was gonna be a black pope. You know, when I seen the black smoke, I thought, oh, it's on.
Might have one.
But I forgot. I forgot it's the white smoke.
Yes, sir.
When they know they picked him. So they picked a pope. What's his name? Leo?
Yep. Pope Leo.
He from Chicago. He from Chicago. Chirac native. You know what I'm saying? A Chirac native. You know what I'm saying? I heard he listened to drill music and everything.
Oh,
I'm just joking.
yeah, that Chief Keef playing for his
Right, but let's get a picture of. Let's see. You know what? You know, when you think about Catholicism, I'm gonna tell you what I think about. I think about sexual assault of little boys.
Yeah.
I think about those poor
Nigga, you
altar
guess.
boys.
Altar boys.
You know, they be in there with the little thing, and you know they gotta have the little bread. You gotta get on their knees and they stick the bread in their mouth, and you know they be kissing rings and stuff and everything.
The hell is this?
That's what I think about when I think about the Catholic Church. I think about all these images and stuff. It's crazy stuff. I saw a video of the dude ran and put his kid on a statue and took off running. They kind of crazy in the Catholic Church. To me, they're a cult.
They are
Ain't
cool.
kinda,
The biggest
they
cult.
are
He
crazy.
left his kid hanging on white Jesus.
He left his kid hanging on white Jesus. Right? That's what he did. They was trying to stop him. He was like, nah, Jesus take not the wheel. Jesus take the kid. Right? So, you know, let's see, you know, because you know what, you always think about that. You think about all the evil that happened in the church, and you're like, okay, I know they done picked somebody new with a clean background. You know, nothing done happened. They ain't gonna be able to link him to no type of dun dun dun. Dun. They ain't gonna be able to link him to that. Give me that sound crew real quick.
Yeah, drop that.
Sound like they ain't gonna be able to link him to that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be good. Like okay, maybe it's a new beginning. You know, in the name of white Jesus.
Hell no.
Bring up the link. Bring up the article right there. What we got right there? See what we got. Let's read about it. Oh my goodness.
Terrible.
Oh my God.
All right, well, it don't maybe it ain't gonna be a new day.
I mean, what? Immediately? Like,
Yes.
come on, bro.
It was like that.
Hey,
Immediately.
it's
The day
a,
of.
Once you get it off.
Damn, son.
hey,
You can't be a pope unless you got a couple kid bodies on you.
you gotta have bodies.
Hey, that's
That's requirements.
You gotta be. That's how it be the GD. You gotta have a couple bodies.
You gotta have a couple
Requirements,
kid
man.
bodies. You want to be a pope.
You gotta have bodies to be
Couple
the
bodies
pope.
under your belt. folks.
Dang. They say y'all don't let the GDs in the dough. No, y'all don't let the
Popes in the dough.
the popes in the dough. The SAs in the dough.
Which is much
All
more
right,
terrifying.
read that article.
Victims group alleges Pope Leo XIV mishandled sexual abuse cases involving priests in Chicago and Peru.
Dang, so he international pedophilia.
Yeah.
So involving groups of priests in Chicago and Peru, meaning basically this is what happens. Some kind of way they never did nothing. Even though we see all this going on in the Catholic Church, the popes they ain't never did nothing. They just know something.
Yeah.
Right? Now it's scriptures on that. Right? Go to Leviticus chapter 5 verse 1. Let's read that real quick. Leviticus 5 and verse 1. Because when you see something wrong, you're supposed to say something about it. At least I think you're supposed to say something about it. That's what I think.
That's
Personal
right.
thing.
Supposed to. That's the key word. Supposed to.
That's what a Christian would do.
That's what WWJD.
Bring it out.
What would Jesus
What would Jesus do? I
Yeah,
think
rubber band.
I
The hell
think
is this?
Jesus would do what the Bible say do.
Right,
Read that
exactly.
Leviticus 5 and 1.
Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 1. And if a soul sin,
If a soul sin, now I know Christians think that we not under the law anymore. They say you're not under the law no more. You under grace. Listen, the law says you ain't supposed to be touching boys.
Right.
All right, it's saying homosexuality is evil according to the Bible.
That's right.
The Old Testament and the New Testament, in case you didn't know. Right? So it said if a soul sin, go ahead.
and hear the voice of swearing,
Or if you hear something going on, go ahead.
and is a witness,
Go ahead.
whether he has seen or known of it.
That mean maybe you saw it in the act, or you done heard this, right? The victim then came, the kid's parents then came. You know, they got evidence, they got all this stuff going on. Read.
If he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity.
He shall bear his iniquity. So that means that the Pope that just passed,
Oh, he got a lot of iniquity.
I don't think he's seen them gates.
I don't think he did.
He is not in the upper room.
No,
The lower room.
He ain't in the upper room. He down there with the gremlin. He down there with the IT gremlin and him. They chilling right now, playing Jim Rummy.
Message.
You know,
Just saying.
like Catholics, they believe in like purgatory and whatnot.
Yeah, they do.
Right? And you know, they say unchristened babies have to go to purgatory, right?
That's correct.
Okay, purgatory, whatever that is.
So it's supposed to be like a limbo between heaven and hell. That's what they believe.
So he in purgatory right now.
That's a priest heaven right there.
Wait a minute. That's like that song by your boy. I've been all my life living in the gangster's paradise.
Oh,
That's a Catholic priest heaven right there.
So it's got a whole bunch of kids that ain't been baptized
And they
in
unprotected.
purgatory, unprotected, and that's where the priests go.
I think that's where the priest at right now. He probably, if he had the opportunity to get to heaven, he'd be like,
Nah.
you know what? What's up with that purgatory?
Let me get purgatory with all these
What's up with that
unprotected
purgatory,
kids.
man? What's up with that purgatory?
Man, hey, listen. That's crazy right there.
That's crazy.
That's
work.
crazy.
I
work.
don't think your mic. I don't think you're speaking good into the mic.
I'm trying to get pretty close.
All right, you got to yell or something.
All right, man. let me
All right,
get
so you basically saying that the priests, that there's a place that the Catholics believe
Yes, sir.
that unbaptized kids,
unchristened babies.
unchristened babies are all in purgatory.
Uh-huh.
That's probably the place where they want to go.
I think that's like
That's heaven.
what
It
the
is
song say. Sometimes you want to go where everybody know your name, and I guarantee you, every one of them babies know the Catholic priest's name.
Oh,
I can almost guarantee that.
Dang.
You know what I mean? I was gonna put a stamp on that. You know what I mean?
That's
where
crazy.
they want to go.
That's crazy,
That's
right?
where they
That's
wanna go.
wild right there. That's wild right there.
wild.
I ain't never heard that before, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of afraid now.
That must be the Catholics version of, how the Muslims believe when they die they get them 70 virgins. That's their version of that right there.
That's the Catholic version.
Most definitely.
Dang, that's crazy.
In Catholic doctrine, purgatory is an intermediate state after death where souls are purified from the remnants of sin and temporal punishment before entering heaven. So you just got to sit there until all them sins get purified.
And the priests go there.
The priest there.
And the unchristian babies.
And his baby's there.
Oh my God.
With
That's
no one to
crazy.
watch over them.
Hey, let's see. We got any other articles on the Pope? I think I had put an article on the guy that maybe is in there, maybe it's not in there. If he ain't got it, it's my fault. Blame me. Right? This right here. So basically, on that one right there, bishopaccountability.org. So basically, one story that they brought up about the Pope is that he allowed this guy right here, Father James M. Ray, they allowed him after he was guilty. Let's read that. Read about this guy right here. Father James M. Ray. Read that.
Father James M. Ray, multiple allegations, accused in 1990 of abusing a boy while assigned
Whoa, stop.
to
Boy.
He said, boy.
But that turtle water read, boy.
Boy.
Oh, boy. I told y'all, listen, we Bible
Sponsored by
Butter
Turtle
Unchained.
Water.
This is the South right here.
Authentic
We
South.
on the South right here.
Authentic.
Right? So read that one more time. Hey, do me a favor. On that speaker right there, turn it down a little bit. The one right there, the box one. The box right in front of you.
Right in front.
Turn it down a little bit. I think we may be getting some feedback. If you look at it, Baruch, if you hit it right there, you see that little button right there?
just turn
Just
it.
that right there.
Don't-
Twist it.
turn
Twist it. A little bit to the left. Towards you.
There you go.
Test. All right, that worked right there. Right? So read that real quick about Father James M. Ray.
multiple allegations, accused in 1990 of abusing a boy while assigned to St. Peter, Damien Parish, 1984 through 1989.
Right. So while he was assigned to Damien Parish, right, and from 1984 to 1989, he was abusing boys. Keep reading.
Removed from parish work in 1991. Allowed to live 2000 to 2002 at an Augustinian Ferrari in Hyde Park, near a daycare center and a Catholic grade school.
Now, so if he would have called the police on this guy, he would have been put on a what they call that? A registry, sexual assault offenders registry, and he wouldn't be allowed to be within a certain amount from from kids, schools, daycares, or whatnot. But this Pope that we got in right now, Pope Chirac, I'm gonna call him Pope Chirac, right? We got Pope Chirac. He allowed them to stay there, meaning that the church was still taking care of him. The church was taking care of his food, whatever. He never went to jail. I guess they may have paid people off to make this thing go away a little bit.
Right.
The hell is this?
But they allowed him to live next to kids.
Right.
Oh my God.
So Leviticus 5:1 won't apply here.
Leviticus 5:1 was not applied.
Love
They
your
Bible
neighbor.
believers though, so-called
Come on now.
Bible believers.
Now you know the church
So
don't
cold.
believe in the Bible.
I mean,
Not
they,
at all.
they,
We did ask the
they
question,
make a
what would
claim.
Jesus do?
Right.
What would Jesus do? They
But
make
what
a
would a
claim.
Christian do? The opposite.
Yeah, come on now. They don't believe in the Bible, right? They allow this stuff to go on every single day. Not only this, but if you read Bishop's book, right? What's the name of it?
Syria.
No. The other one. I don't know why I can't think of it. The Island of Deception, right? That's dealing with the Pacific Islands, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, all those places right there, right? Bring up that article, because see what went on in places like that,
Papua New Guinea one.
right? What went on in places like that? What happened is that the priests that were accused of sexually assaulting kids in Australia and New Zealand, what would happen is, instead of getting them arrested, they would ship them off to those islands. Now, some of those islands, they consider some of the most Christian religious places on the planet. Real time, like that's what they do. They sit under trees all day and they go over the Bible. The pastors come, people just sit in the centers, and guess what they want to hear? They want to hear the Bible. So when we went there and we was bringing the Bible to those people, guess what? Guess who the first people that got mad? The Catholic Church. The Catholic Church. You know why? Because we pointed out what they were doing. Now let's go to this article right here. Let's see what this article is talking about, dealing with the church. Read that real quick.
Pedophile priests dumped in the Pacific.
It says pedophile priests are dumped in the Pacific, right? Letting you know that that's what they do to their priests. They're priests that have it, that they find to have abused and molested kids, namely boys, because that's how they get down. Let's hear the sound effect. It was close.
There it is.
Hit it one more time. The priest's not like us. Right? So check it out. That's what they do. They send these priests to those islands. What has happened to in New Zealand? Let's read it. Let's look at that. Look at that. Well, hold up. Look at that picture right there. Look at that.
Look at him.
I bet he ain't wearing no drawers on there.
Oh, commando.
He commando under there. I promise you. He commando. I think it was one. I can't remember. It was a Muslim, one of the black leaders, and I can't remember his name, but he was just like, saying, I wonder what's under that skirt. They got mad, but really it was going into Babylon. We know the scriptures about that in Isaiah, right? But when you think about it, they got to be able to get in and get out.
Right.
I'm just saying. All right, let's read that.
You can see it in his eye.
What we got? We got an article. Read that. The legacy.
The legacy of sexual abuse by Catholic clergy and the tactic of moving abusers to
The tactic
of moving abusers to new dioceses without addressing the problem has been well documented for decades.
What you about to say?
Hey, Cap, something like this happened when I used to work in Atlanta. I did
Atlanta?
ATL.
Oh, okay. ATL, shorty.
Shout
Shout out to Patient Saints Radio.
Shout out to Saints Radio. All praise. So I used to work I did IT for a Methodist church. And something like this happened in Haiti. They had a couple of the missionaries go down to Haiti. Apparently, it came out that they was sleeping around with the boys over there. They wanted to snuff it, and they did send them.
Wait, snuff it? What you mean?
That means hide the information.
Oh, okay, because I heard about snuff. I didn't know what. I was like, all right, so they wanted to hide it.
That too.
Uh-huh.
And they sent them to Pacific Islands. That is a true. This is true. This really happens. Not just in the Catholic Church. This happens in Methodist, Catholic, and Presbyterian. So don't be fooled.
One thing we do know is that all denominations stem from
the Roman Catholic Church.
They stem from Catholicism. I know it's been a separation. We talked about that a little bit on the last show.
Yes, sir.
That they wasn't separating from the actual doctrine of the church. They really wanted to separate from England. Right. They separate from England. So it's the same church, but they just basically even opened it up to more sin because they wanted to get more people.
Right.
Right. So let's read that. Keep reading it.
But the latest story is close to home. Catholic clergy or missionaries accused of sexual abuse who were transferred to the Pacific Islands. Some went on to abuse more victims.
So they sent them there, right? Because like I talked about it's a center here and I can't remember the city, but it's a center here in Alabama where basically it's a multi-million-dollar facility that's set up by one of the big churches here. I ain't gonna say the name. Well, we may post the article, but to where they can go to pray the gay away. Essentially, pray the gay away. They get caught doing something. They don't send them to jail. They don't call the police. They send them to this church to sit there for a minute to basically say, don't do that no more. And then what they do is they slowly put them in the churches in this surrounding area. And what happened is that someone found out and started like, hey, why this dude here? He done abused people somewhere else. Right. Why he here? And why we don't know what he's doing here? Y'all letting us know like, yeah, he's here. He's going to be here for a minute. But why not say he's here because he sexually assaulted a woman or he sexually assaulted a kid or he's doing this or doing that. Now, they do use it for other stuff, for somebody going through different issues and things like that. But nobody care if you having a problem with, I don't know. Alcoholism. Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, that's fine. We hope we help this guy out. But if you got a problem with touching kids, touching women, right? If you're a crackhead, look, we need to know because crackheads steal stuff.
That's right.
Like, hey, man, what happens to the cross? I smoked the damn cross. We got problems here, right? Yeah. So they need to know, and they was getting upset because they're like, we got this guy working here around women, around kids. We need to know it. So the Baptist church, non-denominational, whatever you want to call it, they follow after their daddy, which is Rome.
And to your point, Cal, we talked to a sister at camp last week who had been raped by her father for 12 years, and he used the Bible to do it.
Wait a minute, so just a regular dude?
A regular dude, black brother.
Was he a pastor?
What? No, he wasn't no pastor. The sister, she was about 50 years old, but you can tell how that still affected her from all them years that she was raped. But she was homeless.
Now, I personally know a sister that was raped by her father, and he was a pastor. He was a head of a church. He was a pastor. And this goes on a lot more than we think of. And the reason why they sent them to the Pacific Islands because those people are so religious that they feel like they shouldn't say nothing.
Right.
Don't Ask, Don't Tell started off in the Christian church. I don't care what you say.
Hey, bring it out.
It started off in the Christian church.
Right.
Don't ask, don't tell. Just ship them somewhere else. Send them over here. Send them over there. Right? Which that's evil. That's evil what they doing.
And a lot of times, Cal, they send them to places that's somewhat disenfranchised or they don't have as much as a voice.
That's it.
So a lot of time when the Catholic priests do things, they get sent down to like South America, or Central America, right? Like you were speaking about the Solomon Islands, right? The Pacific Ocean, not the Pacific Ocean, but the Pacific Ocean islands and lands that's in those areas because they don't have the same level of voice as some other major countries have. So when they do these things, these heinous acts to kids, you send them to a country where nobody really care about them at, they still doing the same thing now. They still doing the same thing in Haiti. They're doing the same thing in Peru, right? I went to Peru, right? I went to Ayacucho, Peru, years ago. Ayacucho. It's in the mountains.
Don't say that to around a pastor. He may get excited.
Went to Ayacucho, Peru. The primary religion there is Catholicism. Everybody there live in tin huts, but guess what that damn Catholic church looks like?
A palace.
It's like a damn palace.
Damn.
And they told you, don't they tell you the organization that have the biggest building in the city? That's what a power lie at. Right. And the Catholic Church got power. Everywhere they go, they have power.
That's how it was in Papua New Guinea, right? When we was in, no, this wasn't Papua New Guinea. This was it Papua New Guinea or the Solomon Islands? It was the Solomon Islands. We was at the Solomon Islands. Big old church on the hill. Big old church with a big cross with an image of white Jesus. It even had the ships showing the not clergy, the monks or whatever they call them people. What they call them?
I thought it was the clergy.
The missionaries.
The missionaries.
Showing the missionaries coming over there, right? And we was teaching right over there, and the church got mad, and they basically said, look, what you just said, the Catholic Church, they run that city, so you're not gonna be able to speak against the Catholic Church, because if you do, they're gonna run you down. It was that. It was another spot when we was in Papua New Guinea where it had people living in, like, if you may see some of the videos, you'll see us walking out there on the water where people was out on the water. Well, guess what? Right in that same little village was this big, huge church. Big, huge church. So that's what they do. Hey, don't ask, don't tell. Started in the church. All right, you can't prove me wrong.
Can I get a script on that?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I want 1, 2 after.
All right.
Yes,
So get Ezekiel 16:24.
Bring it out.
To go along with these, y'all saying the church is grandeur and the biggest thing in that island. Let's see what God thinks about that. Get that real quick.
Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 24.
Read.
That thou hast also built unto thee an eminent place.
Read.
And has made thee an high place in every street.
So all these high places are made at every street. Of course, this is going into the churches or places of worship. Read.
Thou hast built thy high place at every head of the way.
Read.
And hast made thy beauty to be a whore.
So that beautiful adorning is to be hated. Why? Because in that place is taught lies, falsehoods, and abuse. Read.
And has opened thy feet to everyone that passed by.
You see the double entendre that just happened? It just made a reference to the church being like a whore, open up her feet. But to who? Read that again.
And has opened thy feet to everyone that passed by.
So everyone that thinks that they are in Christ Jesus, they can go into the church. So all those unclean spirits going into the doors of that church is no different from a whore. All these unclean spirits or men going into this whore. It's no different. And then
you just gotta pay to get there.
It's the same thing.
I gotta do the pay.
And look,
gotta pay to play.
In this scripture, it says that these high places are at every corner of the street.
Dang.
What are whores? At every corner of the street.
Sound like the Bible Belt to me.
But that is the Bible Belt.
Hey, turn the reader mic down a little bit too. The reader mic too loud.
Yeah, number 6.
Yeah. So finish that out.
And multiply thy whoredoms.
Read.
Thou hast also committed fornication with the Egyptians,
All
thy
right.
neighbors.
So read that last part again in 25. And has opened.
And has opened thy feet to everyone that passed by, and multiplied thy whoredoms.
So the multiplying the whoredoms goes into the doctrines that's then taught through these institutions called churches. It's no different from chlamydia, STDs, and all this other stuff that we get on a sexual manner. It's the same thing, just in the spiritual sense. Right. So, hey, right here, Ezekiel saying that the church is a whole house. It's a whorehouse.
Let me get 1 Timothy 5 and 20 as well, just to add on to the point that you're making, because I want to add to the story Officer Jeremiah brought up about that sister she was in her 50s, and she talked about how her father raped her for 12 years when she was younger. And she said that the man used the story of Lot and his daughters to justify that him doing what he was doing to her is okay. Right. Now, we got to think about the effects of how that shaped her mind now that she's the age she is. Now, read this real quick.
1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 20.
And this is why it's so important for us to do exactly what's written here in Timothy. And what I can say I'm proud of is that all our schools and all our congregations, we known for doing this right here. Read.
Them that sin, rebuke before all, that others also may fear.
Because when sin comes upon our doorstep, when we get notified about it, we handle it as soon as we hear about it. That's right. We're not sweeping it under the rug. We're not shipping no brother to New Mexico to lay low for a minute. Right. You know what I'm saying? So his name could be good. No, we handle it as soon as we find out about it. Not only for the rest of the congregants so they can know that that's something that we don't approve of, but so that everybody else looking, they know that we ain't complicit in the same behavior or action.
Exactly. That's right.
Because that's how that sister felt when, you got to think, the brother using that scripture to justify his acts. You telling me he been doing this for 12 years, nobody know about it?
Right.
I'm pretty certain he go to a church. We in the Bible Belt. He goes to some church that somebody should know what's going on, and they should have checked him. Nobody said nothing about it.
Right. Well, they can't check them, because if you check them, guess what you got to do?
Your sin's gonna be revealed.
You're gonna have to be held accountable.
Right.
Right. That's the judge, not that the church talk about. Judge not, at least you be judged. Because you know what? If I start judging the pastor for what he doing, if I start judging the people in the congregation what they doing, they going to take that and point it right back at me. So don't ask, don't tell.
Right.
That's exactly what it is. Don't ask, don't tell. Right? What else we got? What else we got on that? Let's see.
That's pretty much it on that.
That's pretty much it on that one?
Yes, sir.
All right, so something else we was going to deal with. In case y'all didn't know,
We better move on from the Catholic stuff.
we got some more Catholic stuff.
Yeah,
Oh
some
yeah,
more
yeah,
Catholic
yeah.
things.
Matter of fact, you do. We're gonna put a little spotlight
video,
on the Catholic Church.
Yeah, a little Catholic church thing. So, back in 2016, there was a documentary movie that came out called Spotlight, and it was going into an investigation that they did on the Catholic Church in Boston, and the paper name was the Boston Globe, and they uncovered a whole bunch of things that the Catholic Church had been hiding for years. All right, let me see what we got. Y'all downloaded those
We got
videos
the Boston
for
Globe
me?
one.
Boston Globe.
Yeah, she know the Boston Globe.
Okay, let's get the first video.
That's it right there.
Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, let's play that one real quick. We're gonna stop it a little bit so it's not playing straight through, so we don't get no flags or nothing. But let's play that from the beginning.
Well, we started out with an assignment to do a story about one single priest, Father John Gagan. We didn't know anything about Catholic priests and abuse. I mean, we were an investigative team that had focused on official corruption and, shady business dealings and that sort of thing. We didn't have a single file on priests. So we went at this story, I would say, scared.
I mean, we went into this essentially because the boss said, look into it. You do what the boss says. And the church had always said there's just 1 or 2 bad priests out there. It's an isolated problem. We thought, okay, we've heard there may be 6 or 7, and then suddenly we thought, could there be a dozen? And then we seem to have 20.
So check it out real quick. Check it out. The initial part of the investigation here, they're supposed to go check out one priest at one of the Catholic churches in Boston, one of the archdioceses. They're supposed to be checking out one individual. So they went there and they did the investigation, and as soon as they started the investigation, it connected to 7 other priests. And before the time that, they even finished with that particular church, it was over 20 different priests that had been implicated in sexual assault toward children. Right. Wow. Let's continue to play it though real quick.
We were confident publishing our first story about the scale of the problem. We said there were at least 70. We now know there were hundreds in the Boston Archdiocese alone. And it's replicated in almost every diocese across the country and around the world where people have gotten into the file cabinets of the church.
Wait, stop. Yeah. Now, wait a minute. But they say we are a cult.
Right.
This ABCnews.com. This not like some backdoor movie thing where it could be some random person. This ABC News right here.
World News.
Right. She said that in every church, every part in America, outside of America, right, that this is going on.
The leading Catholic church in America is based out of Boston. Like that's what everyone, all the Catholic church look toward Boston.
Oh, so that's like they hub.
That's like their hub right there. So at their HQ, their hub, they have a plethora of different priests who are committing these sexual assaults on children, and one of them committed over 150 himself. As we continue to listen to this, one of the priests committed more than 150 sexual assaults on the children, and guess what? They knew about it. Dang. They just moved him to another location,
he did the same
and then they assigned him to altar boys.
Wow.
And now that might sound far-fetched. It might sound like, you know what, sure enough, you making that up. Continue to play the video. Let's see if I'm making this up or not.
It was a gradual realization of how gigantic the problem was.
In Boston today, the Catholic Church has given law enforcement the names of 22 more priests who were suspected of sexually abusing children.
There was a moment for me when I realized that the story was going to be much, much bigger than any of us thought. And it came after I'd been researching the career of Father John Gagan. John Gagan, of course, was the subject of the opening story.
John
Gagan had molested.
Hey, stop. Pause right there on his picture. Get a little his picture.
Yeah. Zoom in. Make him famous.
What?
John Gagan.
Go back. You got to go back.
Perfect name.
No. Let's get right to John Gaiman.
Father Gagan.
Right there.
Right.
Look at his eyes.
Look at him.
Hell no.
That's a demon.
That's a devil.
It's sunken in around his eyes.
Now look, it's just black. It's all black.
It's
He got no, where the whites of his eyes at?
Ain't
He
no.
don't have no pupils.
That's a demon. Chief Keef of the demons.
Right.
Right? That look at him. Just look at him. No, he looked like he touched kids. He looked like he got a basement in his house. Right? Where he's like, bring out the gimp. And a gimp just come out there, dude, in an all leather suit, come out with an apple in his mouth. That's what he looked like. He looked like he happy right now. He's thinking about it. He's like, oh, little Billy. Like stop thinking. He gotta make himself stop thinking about little Billy.
He got like pinch himself under the table.
Hey, he pinching himself under the table, all right. What? But they say we're a cult.
Right.
Now listen, if they had cases like this about Israelites, right? Because we all know, right? When you talk about Israelites and you talk about crime, it's usually one person they always go back to, and that's Yahweh ben Yahweh. Right. And all Israelite congregations have spoken against that. Right. We always bring out our issues to the forefront before anybody else can. Right. We address our problems. We tell on the wicked in our congregation. That's what we do. We do what the Bible say. We're not about to sit here and say, oh, it's no wickedness in any of our congregations. Everybody is holy and no sin. No, that's not the truth. Right? But we're not about to have a pedophile up in our organization.
Bring it
so
out.
we just go, just move them on down to Brazil somewhere. Nah, he got to go to jail. He got to go to jail. But these people right here have a history.
Right.
This is their, what they call that? This is their culture.
There's a culture.
There's a culture in the Catholic Church. So he got popsicles. This is like, what's the dude on Family Guy? Mr.
Oh, no. The way they inviting them down to the basement.
Yeah, I got some popsicles.
Down in the cellar,
Mr. Herman.
Mr. Herman.
That's Mr. Herman right there.
We got some popsicles down in the cellar. Let's go down there to the cellar.
It's like, I got some candy in my pocket, but I can't get it because of my arthritis.
Nigga, you get.
That's the culture of the Catholic Church. It is what it is, right? It's proven. But we a cult. But they not a cult.
That's crazy.
And they want to ban us from disciplining our kids.
They have banned us
but they
in
raping
France.
kids.
Right. But they raping
kids.
kids. What the hell going on?
That was this.
So we know who runs the Christian church.
Right.
The devil.
Right.
Yeah. Right? Give me that Job chapter 9, verse 24.
Bring it out.
Job 9:24. We know who run these churches. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We know who run the church. We know the churches of the world, and we know who run it. Read that.
Job chapter 9 and verse 24.
Go ahead.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The earth is given to them. Who run the church? The so-called white man,
That's
Esau,
right.
Edom. Right? They just, people going crazy all over the earth because of Chirac Pope. The Chirac Pope just got voted in, and they going crazy. They love it. They're like, oh, this is our God. They crying. In Haiti, they crying. Right? In black countries all over, they up there on their knees. Oh, praises to the God of whatever.
Get out.
The victor of Christ, right? He's supposed to be the representative of Christ on earth according to the Catholics, right? That's what he is. But read that one more time.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
But according to the Bible, he is the wicked. Him and his people, they are the wicked. Go ahead.
Covered the faces of the judges thereof.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. That's why they think that Jesus Christ is a white man with blue eyes and blonde hair. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Go ahead.
If not, where and who is he?
It says, if not, where and who is he? We know it's the white man.
Right. That's right.
It is what it is. Right? Let's go. Let's go back to this. Put the spotlight on Igor.
Yeah.
Gaiman.
Mr. Gaiman.
Mr. Gaiman.
Gagin had molested, we now know, more than 150 children over 3
Damn! 150. It said more than 150 children.
Now we talk about body count.
That's more than Michael Myers.
That's more than Michael Myers.
It is.
That's crazy.
And all his stuff on video. Hey, man. That's a true scary story right there, bro.
And that's who he got caught.
Yeah.
So we know the number up there.
Right.
Right. They it's like Grand Theft Auto or something. Like this is crazy right here.
This is a sport to them.
It is.
It is.
It is. It was something that
they probably got kid Pokemon cards. They be trading cards. They be like,
catch them all.
The kids come in.
They probably do.
You gotta catch them all.
You gotta catch them all.
You gotta catch them all.
Goodness.
That's what they said.
They probably the kids come in. They be like, all right, I'll trade you 2 Bobbies for a Timmy.
Hey, Cap, it's another video we have. It's gonna illustrate how they all understand what's going on. They putting people in position to further do those things. That's because they participated in it themselves. So when you talking about they trading off kids, I think 100% they do that.
Right.
They probably got a roster for the kids.
They probably do. They probably
know.
A roster.
A roster. Yeah, they over here. They over here drafting kids.
That's insane.
The pedophile draft.
The pedophile draft.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah, first round pick.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Wait, what you said about the Pokemon cards? What's the name?
You gotta catch them all.
The new logo for the Catholic Church.
You gotta catch them all. You gotta catch them all.
Let's go back to the video.
But see, even after all this information, Cap, people, them black people, the Mexicans, Northern Kingdom, they gonna still take their behind right back to that Catholic Church. That's crazy.
Trusting in these demons. And wait. It was something that you said, Officer Hyatt. You said that this guy, he was known, but then they put him to these altar boys. That's no different from having a crackhead go and work in a crack location and say,
don't touch the crack.
Don't
touch the crack.
Hey, that's New Jack City.
That's New Jack City.
That's funny. Bro, that's funny as hell. Hey. It's like you put a little kid in the candy store. Hey, don't touch none of this candy. I'll be back.
I'll beat you.
The kid was like, what you talking about? Look at all this candy.
Hell no.
A Catholic priest in a room with kids?
With altar boys?
Bruh.
Do not take your hands out your pocket. He like, hey, nigga, you gotta be playing with me. These hands are coming out of my pocket immediately. As soon as you leave out this room, my hands are out the pockets.
Dang. Got you.
That's like one of them videos you walk about Biden.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
bro, come on now, dog.
Hey, let's play the video like that.
Come on, man.
6 parishes, while top church officials knew he was molesting children, had a history of molesting
And they
children.
knew.
They knew.
So I was sitting at this desk, and I turned to this bookshelf right here, and I opened up a church directory because I realized I hadn't checked on what his specific assignment was in his last parish. And in the church directories, you can look that up. So I opened the church directory to John Gagin's last assignment at St. Julia's Parish in Weston, and I followed the little dotted line to his assignment, and it was altar boys.
Dang. Wow.
Come on now.
And look, the video didn't stop. He paused on his own. Even Esau was like, wait a minute, bro.
Yeah.
Are you telling me y'all knew he was raping kids and then you assigned them to kids? Esau said, damn.
Like this is
some wicked stuff.
Some powerful niggatry in hand.
Esau said, damn, this some wicked stuff. Esau says that. We know he been raping kids. It said all the people in high position, they knew he was raping the kids, but they kept him there anyway. They knew for 30 years before this. Then they assigned him to the altar boys. It's some crazy stuff, man. Some crazy things. But that's all we need on that. It was one of the videos. We'll get back to what Cap was going over.
Yeah. Hey, they saying they can't hear the reader. They said the sound not coming through the reader mic.
Yeah, it's one other video. It was the one, and after we do that, I got one scripture, and then we'll.
All right,
we'll
which
move
one
on.
we got?
It says off the record and all public scenes.
That's gonna be the second
off the record.
That's gonna be Spotlight too. The second one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that right there. Yeah, it's not a very long scene. We're gonna check this one out real quick.
That's real.
Now remember, this is a clip from the movie, from the actual investigation that happened in 2002. Although these are excerpts from the clips, as a dramatization of things that happened, these are still true events.
Right.
Let's go ahead and play it.
Off the record? Off the record, yeah. 3 years ago, I get a call from an ex-priest, Anthony Benzovich. He was at Blessed Sacrament back in '62, and he saw Gagin taking little boys up to the rectory bedroom, okay? So he's appalled, all right? Tells the bishop about it. And the bishop threatens to reassign him. to South America.
So stop real quick.
Yeah, all right.
So the bishops saw him taking kids in the room, and their first line of action was reassign him to South America.
Dang.
The first line of action, it wasn't, hey, what you doing is wrong. Let's get the authorities involved. Hey, man, you do that again, we're going to send you down to South America.
He didn't even say investigate.
No.
Like, it's either he didn't want to know or he already knew. That's crazy work.
Right.
It just came to his ears.
They already knew. And they said, hey, we catch you again. Like, you molesting these good, wholesome white children. You know, we got to send you down there to the rest of them dark-skinned children down in South America.
Damn.
But go ahead and play it on.
So fast forward 35 years, Benzovich reads that Gagin has been charged with molesting hundreds of kids, all right? So he feels guilty. He calls me.
So you have testimony of a priest telling his superiors about Gagin in 62?
No, I do not. Because when I call Benzovich in to give a deposition, he comes in with a lawyer.
Wilson Rogers.
Right. And suddenly, Father Benzovich has a very foggy memory. Can't remember anything. He's useless. So I go back to work, I forget about it, whatever. Until about a year ago, I find an article about a priest who warned church officials about Gagin.
Benzovich went to the press?
Yeah. Local paper, Patriot Ledger. Nobody saw it. But now I got Benzovich on record. So I file a motion to depose Benzovich a second time. All right? And Wilson Rogers, that smug son of a bitch, he files a motion opposing my motion. And that's when I have him.
Stop real quick. So we looking at this as a big cover-up story, right? Even like I remember something going on in Utah dealing with the Mormons, right? To where they was getting into, where they kind of was passing laws to make it to where they didn't have to tell.
Right.
Like, you know, they have different laws set up to where if you know somebody getting abused, a child getting messed over, you work a certain type of job, you have to tell. Like if you're a teacher, I think if you are in mental health or like some kind of counselor, certain things happen, you have to tell. Like no matter what different jobs you in, there's a law passed, you got to tell.
Mandatory reporters.
Right, and mandatory reporters, yes. In Utah, they was changing laws to where you didn't have to tell anymore, right? So it's crazy how we see in the Catholic Church, they not passing laws, but that's just the way things are done.
Right. 100%. Yep.
They frame mission by law.
Exactly. And what it was a little bit part after this, but this is, and we can really kind of stop it so we can move on. The point that was being illustrated is after he filed that motion, he attached documents showing that the Catholic priests, what they was doing was true. It was like hard evidence. The Catholic Church had the power to have those articles of evidence removed from the court. Like just gone. The Catholic Church had the power for them to be able to just take that out of there. And that's kind of the point that was being illustrated there. When they do these things, they just move these priests to an area where they more afflict our people.
Right.
When they send them down to South America, when they send them to the Solomon Islands, when they send them out to the Pacific Islands and so forth, in Africa, in Haiti. These people who doing these heinous acts here in America, they say, no, we got to move you, and they move them to where our people are at. Right. And we are the people who frequent these Catholic churches and so forth outside of the Americas. That's right. Let's read Ecclesiastes real quick, chapter 4, start at verse 1.
Bring it Man, this crazy. This
is crazy, for real.
This is common knowledge, but not common knowledge. Right. It's like that thing that you see it, but nobody wants to see it.
It's like the bystander effect almost. Like you know stuff going on, but nobody do nothing about it. They just let it keep going.
And people still go to Catholic Church. Right now, the Catholic Church packed right now. People are heading to Catholic Church right now. This time we're in 4:33 Central Standard Time. It's somebody in the Catholic Church, right? These big, huge buildings that's in the communities, that's all over the world. Nobody's going crazy, but they holding conferences on how to stop the black Hebrew Israelites. They're holding conferences about what we teach. They're stopping us. They're banning us in France and places like that. Right. But you got a rape station going on all over the United States. Nobody has a problem with that. Nobody has an issue with that.
With proof.
Yeah, with proof.
Isn't it a crime to like harbor criminals?
Yes.
They're harboring rapists all around the world, and nobody came against the Catholic Church.
That's what Pope Chirac did. Pope Chirac, he allowed this rapist, Father James M. Ray, to move into the one of their houses to be supported by the church right next door to where kids were.
Damn.
Hell no.
That's what they did. That's what the Chirac Pope. So maybe we didn't get a ninja Pope, but we got the Chirac Pope.
Right.
That's what he allowed to do. How is that not considered a cult? Right. Why are people not going crazy? Why do people come in our room on Clubhouse to cuss us out and to come against us, to have issues with us because of the way we talk? It's not the message, it's the delivery. Well, what they delivering in the Catholic Church?
Molestation.
Not the word.
I'll tell you what they delivering, and it came out of their jeans. And they,
in those
so they delivering, you know. And Cap, that show that they don't really believe in God loves everybody equally. Right. Because if they did, and you know that he's raping kids where you at, why would you be okay with him going somewhere else? Right. A part of your religion.
Because they raping kids
your
too.
particular religion, you okay with him going to another church. You don't care about the people who he been sent to go be the pastor over. So they show that they don't care about y'all black people. Don't care about y'all Latinos. They don't care. That's why they sent the rapists to your church.
So-called Haitians, they don't care.
They don't care about you.
Just as a matter of fact, when all the so-called Haitians came here, was it in South Carolina? Was it South Carolina?
In South Carolina, some came to Alabama. I'm
talking about what just happened when Donald Trump was like they eating the cats and stuff like that.
Colorado.
Yeah. That wasn't Colorado.
It was Colorado. I think some was in Carolina.
No, we didn't go to Colorado. We went to Carolina. We went to Carolina where we went, right? The people over there saying like they like, listen, leave these people alone. You know how much money they bring into the church? These people, they bringing a lot of money to the church. Leave them people alone. Let them come in. We got the church getting paid. That's the only thing they care about. That's the same thing. It's a bunch of money happening. A bunch of money moving from place to place, from person to person, and that's it. That's what they care about. That's their guy.
Yeah. Just like Officer Jeremiah, he had mentioned something earlier.
Ohio. It was Ohio. I'm sorry.
Officer Jeremiah said something earlier, and it reminded us. You remember when Bishop Nathaniel, Deacon Malachi went to that Catholic church, and how the brother was so adamant about get out of here, defending that religion. Our people are ready to fight and to die and to defend a religion that harbors rapists. That's what it is. Like, y'all gotta acknowledge that. Y'all Catholics, y'all gotta acknowledge that y'all harbor rapists. Y'all defend rapists. Right. Tooth and nail, y'all fight to defend rapists. That's what y'all do. But Ecclesiastes chapter 4, let's read verse 1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 1. Mm-hmm. So I return and consider all the oppressions that are done under the sun.
Come on.
And behold, the tears of such as were oppressed.
The Bible says, behold, the tears of such as are oppressed. Now in Boston, the people who were subject to the pedophilia of these Catholic priests, they come from a lot of families who have some prominent positions. Some were poor, so they got taken advantage of. But at the end of the day, they have somebody to be able to bring their plights to. They got someone to bring these crimes that have been committed to them to. Right. To get some type of justice about it. That's why we even know about it, because they saw white kids was getting molested. They did a big investigation. They found out everybody that did it. Right. What about in South America?
Dang.
Oh, it's worse.
Do you think a report from Ayacucho, Peru is going to make it to the news? They out in the mountains.
Nobody gonna care.
So read that part again and behold.
And they had no comfort.
No, and behold. And behold the tears.
And behold the tears of such as were oppressed.
And that's what our forefathers are saying in these scriptures. They said, behold the tears of such as are oppressed. Yeah, our people are involved in this idolatry because we've been taught wrong. We went through captivity. We've been separated from our heritage. Mm-hmm. So we are part of these churches. But those so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and the diaspora that have been scattered through slavery, those are still Israelites.
Right.
That's right.
And they still being oppressed by these people who are literally raping in the churches. Right. It said, behold the tears of those that are oppressed. Read on.
And they had no comfort.
And they got nobody to defend them. And they do that intentionally. They go places where they know there's no one to defend them. Read on.
And on the side of the oppressors, there was power.
There was what?
There was power.
Read.
But they had no comfort.
If you can remove evidence out of the courthouse, oh, you got some damn power.
Power.
If you can allow priests on a vast scale, 100,000 of priests to rape kids and just move them around with no cases coming forth, oh, you got a little bit of damn power.
Just a little bit.
What? Just a little bit, at least a little bit of power.
And for everybody to notice, who getting paid? Somebody got to be getting paid off.
Hey, somebody got to be getting paid.
That power comes from that tithe money. That's where that power coming from. Somebody getting paid off and getting paid with that tithe money.
When you think about all these kids that go missing all the time, you think about these kids that go missing, you had to ask yourself a question like, who's facilitating this?
Right.
Like, how is this happening? Where are they going? You know, when you think about kids that think about a safe place to go, where do you think they run? They run to the church, right? Especially the Catholic churches, they be open all the time. They can go in, they can pray, come make your confession, things like that. They go and run to the church. The church, the ones that have a lot of sinners for kids that maybe been abused or whatnot to go to. So they run to the church. Well, what happened after they get to the church? Where do they go? You know, so you got to think about this big circle. You know, when you watch The Wire, you see the circle. You show you how it was going in the school system, in the projects, how it was going on the docks, right? How it was going in the courtroom. You see the big circle of how this sin happened. It's the same thing with all of this. Missing kids, it's got to be a big circle of people all involved in this system,
it is.
right? And you know that one of those stops is the Christian church.
Right.
That's right.
Hey, Cap, going into that, I mean, we're in the Bible Belt, right?
Yes.
Isn't one of the major sex trafficking hubs Atlanta and Birmingham?
100%.
Because these are the I-20 is a major interstate that connects you from the east to west, and then when you get to Birmingham, you can go straight up north. So it's a major hub here in Birmingham, and I know for a fact it's a major hub in Atlanta. Because they even had articles and stories come out saying how the hotels were in cahoots with this the child trafficking. So
it's I'm telling you, it's a system. It ain't just the church doing it. It's the
It's
church, it's politicians, right? It's just like you said, hotel system. It's a lot going into this to make this happen. And it's a lot of freaks in these industries.
A lot of freaks.
A lot of freaks.
A lot of 69 guys.
And guess what? And they definitely not like us.
Right.
Sir.
Catholic priests be twerking.
They're definitely not like us, right? All right, so now I think that's all we got on that. Let's move on, right? So today, on this Sunday, on this Sunday, it is Mother's Day.
Hell no.
It's Mother's Day. And you know what?
Mammy's Day.
That is mean. You can't say mammy.
You gotta say baby mama's
You gotta
day.
say baby.
Happy baby Mama's Day.
You don't say
Happy baby
mammy.
Mama's Day.
Why can't it be Father's Day too?
Yeah.
Why they be doing that? They be Father's Day.
They be like, I'm the father.
I'm the
too.
daddy and the mama.
Yeah. Well, now they are, you know, because with all these different laws.
Yeah, you're right.
What
the hell is this?
Hey, shout out to Memphis. What was that on the map? Memphis was the what kind of porn they watch in Memphis?
Oh yeah,
the strap-on one. Shout out to Memphis. So
Pig
it
boys.
is Father's Day and Mother's Day in Memphis.
You're right.
It is what it is, right?
Dual wielding.
Something that we saw a statue being unveiled.
Yeah, we did.
Right, you know, it seemed like it happened at the right time. You know, you got Mother's Day coming up, and then you had a big statue unveiled. Could we get a picture? We got an image of that statue.
Yeah.
Maybe do we have it?
Yeah,
Maybe just do a little Google search of the statue real quick.
Black woman statue in New York.
Yeah, black woman statue.
It's the only
That's all you
one.
have to say.
It's literally the only one. You're gonna find it.
Yeah,
the hell is this?
It's gonna come up.
It's gonna come up.
We're supposed to send. You know, hey, look, I'm realizing on these shows that sometimes you think you sent an image,
But you don't.
but you didn't send the image. Like you thought you saw the image, but you didn't.
Still,
That one right there, no? Yeah, that's
Hand
a
on the
perfect
hips.
image right there.
The black woman.
The hell is this?
The big black woman.
Yeah, show that right there. It says 12 feet tall.
12 feet tall.
12 foot sis.
Stop being a damn fool.
We up there?
Yes, sir.
Now look at now. I want y'all to think about something. This image right here. This is an image of a black woman.
Look at the McDonald's on the side.
This is
It's a McDonald's image on the side. Y'all see what y'all doing? You see what they doing?
That's evil.
I see it.
That's a McDonald's ad.
That's a McDonald's ad right there on the side. Somebody clicked out of it.
Now I got a question, right? Black women are some of the most.
Then they got zip bound. I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
Got zip bound.
From a McDonald's
to zip bound.
to a zip bound.
What y'all trying to say?
Zip bound. That's kind of like Ozempic, right?
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Now the black woman is the most beautiful woman on the planet. Right? When we think about figure and shape, all the nations got to go to the doctor to look like the black woman.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's right.
But they ain't got to go to the doctor to look like that black woman.
No.
They can go to McDonald's.
They go to McDonald's to look like that black woman.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out why did they use that image
right,
as the image
right,
that they would put of a 12-foot Amazonian black woman in New York. Why would they use that image?
They even
Hell
got to look like she got her stomach tucked in the pants. Like
yes, she even got a fupa.
She got a little stomach. Yeah, she got a little stomach in them jeans.
She got a fupa.
She got a little bit of stomach in them jeans.
And I would think that black women all over the planet would be enraged.
That's what you would think. You know, you would think
that's
that,
offensive.
Cal.
That is offensive.
You know what the problem is?
What's the problem?
You using logic.
You
you gotta stop doing that.
You gotta turn your brain
Get that logic you got and just throw that out the window, and then let's reassess it. That's the problem. We using logic.
I'm trying to use. I'm sorry.
We gotta not do that.
My common sense says that I would be upset. I'm looking at this. I'm like, she got the, the saggy breasts, right? They left and right, so she probably don't look like she have a bra on.
No bra.
No bra on, so it's just the floppies, right? She got the gut. The gut is tucked.
It's tucked.
Right? What? Now, she ain't got no hips. She ain't got no. Now, y'all know our sisters look good.
That's the body of a white woman.
That's right.
And you know the butt flat. You can't see it, but you just know it's SpongeBob SquarePants behind the statue.
It's an ironing board with a crack in the middle.
Where did this statue come from?
And it's 12 feet tall.
And it's 12 feet tall.
Hey, whoever made that D-Wade statue made this.
Oh, my God.
The same creators, man.
Does it say in the article who made this? Can we read a little bit of this article real quick? Maybe go out.
Apparently, it's supposed to be a British sculptor, and actually, it's supposed to be a black man.
Trash.
It's supposed to be a black man.
Is he gay?
Is he Fruit of the Looms?
He looked pretty damn fruity.
Pretty
he did a little speech.
Nigga, you gay.
Stand next to it.
All right, read that real quick.
A new statue in Midtown has been generating a lot of discussion, praise, and vitriol.
Right? Shout out to the Turtle Water Reader.
Sponsored by Turtle Water.
Hey, we gonna keep this thing Southern. All right, the reader is Southern.
Add them syllables.
All right, so look, it's gonna sound weird to some of y'all. It is what it is. I love it.
Y'all need to drink some Turtle Water.
Keep reading.
In the less than 2 weeks since artist Thomas J. Price's 12-foot tall bronze grounded in the star sculpture, which depicts a young black woman dressed in everyday clothes and standing with her hands on her hip.
Now, what that means, standing with her hands on her hip? What do you think that means? That means she's sassy.
She's sassy.
She's sassy. She got a tube.
She got a little sass on her.
She got an attitude.
Yeah, she got a little sass.
That's what it's saying right there. Like, that's the image right there.
She a single mom too.
She
got no man. The image of the black woman that they chose to make a statue of. Overweight. Like, the clothes that you got on is what they throw on when they like run into the grocery store.
Right.
Right. I'm surprised there wasn't a bunning on it.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. She by herself.
That's a wig though. That's definitely a wig.
She by herself. And the kids are who knows well. You know what I mean? There's no way you get that body without having kids. So you can't fool me.
They were the priest.
There's no way you get that body without having a kid.
Multiple kids.
At least multiple.
By different men.
Where the damn kids at?
What?
That's the question.
And
all of this, where the kids at?
Probably with a mama.
He said with the priest.
Hey, but what you just said about that, y'all do know that in the ghettos of our communities, right, on different holidays like Easter, different ungodly holidays like Easter and stuff like that, they send buses in our neighborhoods and go pick those kids up. Over the summer, they go pick the kids up. Hey, Vacation Bible School. Hey, come on through.
Hey, I'm sorry, I was not playing.
Just get in there. We don't want to hear your story. I know it's bad. I ain't gonna say it, man. But
nigga, you gay.
That's what they do though. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's all right. Go stay with your grandmother. Hey, over the summer, go to these different programs so I can go and make another one of y'all. Right? That's what happened. It's crazy. But that's the picture that they decided to go with. That's the statue they wanted to go with. Right? Read what it says now. It says, keep reading.
In the less than 2 weeks since artist Tommy J. Price's 12-foot-tall bronze grounded in the star sculpture, which depicts a young black woman dressed in everyday clothes and standing with her hands on her hips, has been installed in Times Square. It has inspired a great deal of in-person intrigue and an online discourse of both love and hate.
Both love and hate. So you got to ask yourself, it's like, well, what do you mean both love and hate? Why would it be a both love? Go scroll back down to the statue. It says both love and hate. Who would love this? Who would love this right here? Who would be like, make it big, make it big. Who would look at this and say, we chose this. This is what we want to put as the black woman.
We're gonna see who love it, Cap.
This the representation of the black woman. Who gonna be like, oh, this is, come on now. When you watch movies, right, and it's a black woman in the movie, most of the time, if she's attractive, she's with a white man,
Right. Yep.
and or she's gonna be single. Her hair ain't gonna be put together, right? She gonna be dark. They gonna make sure she dark skinned, but not wearing makeup.
No
You know,
positive energy.
look, I don't care. Look, some of y'all get mad. Ain't nothing more beautiful than a dark-skinned black woman. With that
That's right.
That's
skin.
right.
It just
That's
is what
right.
it is.
That's
Right?
Bring it out, Cal.
But on the movies, they ain't gonna have that black woman.
Right.
They gonna have the one that's with the skin. They ain't gonna look all that good. It's gonna look kind of messed up. That's what they gonna do. Her hair gonna be messed up, right? And if they got a husband, the kid's gonna be racially ambiguous.
right.
They're gonna be light skinned with the Corbin blue hair, right? They always do that.
Right.
Or she gonna be a lesbian.
Damn, I hate that. Yeah.
That's the
That's it.
movie.
Break down all these damn movies.
That's the image, because I done
That
been
is
mad
it.
about
That's
this for a
every
long
movie.
time.
That's every
Every
movie.
movie. Just think about it for a second.
That's the Hollywood.
That's the way they gonna make it, right? That's how it's gonna be. So who love this image right here?
You know what's so
Lizzo
bad about that
fans.
cat? Because the person that made the sculpture, he's not even from America. He's a black man, but he's from the UK. So it's not just the
That's
image.
the image.
That's the image worldwide
Yes.
of black women.
What?
That's the image worldwide of black women.
The black woman is Cartman.
Damn.
I did what I want. Whatever.
You do know that in South Park they did have an episode where Cartman was a black fat woman.
Yeah, they do.
They did, and it was talking about racial ambiguity. Being equal and racial exclusivity and all this stuff. And he was a fat black woman.
Whatever.
And loud.
That's the hip. Whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
Bruh.
Keep this script. Keep that picture up here.
Yes.
Go to Isaiah chapter 3
Bring it
and
out.
verse 16.
Bring it out.
Because when I see this image, I think about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think about Nene. I think it's a name, Nene. What a name, Nene?
I don't know
That's
what
what
the
I think
name is.
about. I think about Nene, right? I think about Basketball Wives, right? I think about Married to the Medicine. I think that's what I think about. I think
Right.
about all these shows that show our women in the worst case scenario.
Right.
And then we read the scripture, what the Bible says about the black woman, the Israelite woman, not
Bring
just
it
the
out.
black woman, but the Hispanic woman,
Right.
the Native woman.
Right.
You know, in case you want to get mad. But guess what? Mostly this image right here.
Right.
But it goes into all 12 tribes. Read that.
That's right.
Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 6.
Come on.
Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty.
Are haughty. Haughty, I mean evil. Right? They got a problem. They got an issue with everything. They got an attitude. You know, sister, why don't you put a smile on your face? What the? I look like smiling.
But the white man come by, she smiling.
She smiling
She-
hard.
she-
All in his
you
face.
see her
May I
damn
take your
tonsils.
order? What you want, nigga?
You see her
Stop
tonsils.
being a damn fool.
Read that again, because the daughters of Zion are what?
Because the daughters of Zion are haughty.
Read.
And walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes.
That picture right there. Put the picture up. Put me screen to screen. Put that picture back up. We got to see that image. We got to see that image. I want to see that image. Give me picture in picture. Right? It says, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and they walk forth with what?
With stretched forth necks.
Look at her. Whatever. whatever. I do what I want.
What?
That's what she looks. She look like she mad.
Yes.
Why she mad for?
She like her feet hurt.
Why this image is a woman a black woman that's mad? She like she got an attitude. It look like she about to yell at her kids. Look like she cussing out her baby daddy.
She look tired.
But that's the stereotype, an angry black woman, and this is it.
Hey, somebody put a good comment in the comment section. They said they put this image in the largest tourist destination in America to be seen by the world.
Right.
That's crazy. You know,
Hell no.
In the words of Ice Cube, this is what they think about you, sisters.
That's it.
This is what they think about you.
This is what they think, right? But some of our sisters happy about this. Keep reading.
And walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes.
Stretched forth necks. She got an attitude and wanton eyes, meaning she full of lust. Read.
Walking and menacing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion.
And that's why she got the wig on right there. That's why she got the wig on. Right? Move it down so you can see the top of the head. Scroll down just a little bit so you can see the
bald head scally.
Okay, yeah, that's it right there. Right? Look at that. Is that wait, are them braids? Maybe them braids. Maybe them braids. Get a little closer.
There got to be some braids.
Get a little closer. All right. Can you get closer? That's as close as you can get. All right, but you see the gaps in there.
Yeah, you can see it.
So you know that's definitely that's some of that Brazilian yaki. What they call it?
That Brazilian silky.
That's some of that silky Brazilian yaki, whatever. She look mean.
She do look mean.
She don't look pleasant.
It's no smile. It's no
nothing.
nothing.
See the big gap right there? You know what I'm saying? Her edge is gone.
Eyes look
That's
tired.
what she look like.
How you make a sculpture with bags under the eyes? Like it makes her look tired.
It's supposed to be a young woman. They said a young woman, an image of a young woman. That's what it said.
That's crazy.
She look old.
Yeah, she does.
She look at least 43.
Hey, Cap, can I get a script?
But that ain't old.
Bruh. I'm saying, I agree. 40 not old. But if she's supposed to be like the display of a younger black woman, like if she's supposed to be in her 30s or 20s, why are they displaying her like that?
Right. Yeah. But hey Cap, you was done with that?
Let's see. Yeah, that's good. No, keep going. Keep reading.
Yeah. Okay.
Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts.
So now we see the hanging titties, no bra. Go down a little bit.
Yeah, you got to put some
Keep
deodorant
going down.
on.
Keep going down. That seemed like the secret part being discovered right there.
Right.
Why she couldn't be like a princess with a dress on?
Exactly.
Why she couldn't be that? Why you got to see the camel toe? You got to see the moose knuckle crease.
You know how hot it is in there?
On the doll, on the statue.
It's like an oven in there.
Oh man. Why it gotta be like that? Why did they make it like that?
How the heat supposed to escape?
Said a 30-year-old grandmama.
Damn. That sounds like something Abishai would say.
It sounds so like something Abishai would say.
Oh, she did say.
Oh, yeah, no, Abishai.
All right. So just think about this. That's the black woman. That's the Hispanic woman. That's the Israelite woman. That's the image that they went with right there.
And some women are super proud of this too. Because that's their stance. Like, you got a big imitating large statue of a black woman.
With the fupa.
With the fupa.
No bra on.
No bra on. No, it's probably no deodorant up under there.
Hand on the hip.
Hands on the hip.
I'm liberated. I'm free.
You know, bags on the eyes. I'm tired. I ain't got time for your junk. And women, some of our women is looking at this and saying,
ain't no woman happy about it. I bet you can't prove that they got a woman that's happy about it.
I bet you 100%
I bet you can't prove it.
I bet you I could prove it.
I bet it ain't no video.
You know what? It may be a video.
I bet it ain't a video.
Can we see that video?
There's no video of a woman.
Can we see the video?
Let's see the video.
The fit in this statue.
Let's see the video.
Believe that.
And this is one video of many.
Oh, yeah.
No, it ain't. It ain't no video.
Bruh. It's one video of many.
I bet it ain't.
Let's see. Let's see what
First
some of our
Thessalonians 5:21 says, prove all things.
Can we please play this video for this sister? Well, I don't think we need the first minute and 30. Let's play that.
Bring it out.
There we go.
I understand what's the problem. Y'all talking about her. She look like your mother. she look like your mother.
She don't look like
Wait,
my
one
mama.
second.
Like my mama.
One second.
She don't look nothing like
She don't look a damn thing like my mama.
Hey, hold
That's
on.
right.
Now, wait a minute. That's something that black women do.
Yeah.
Whenever you get on the problems of the black woman, you know what they say? They say, "Oh, your mother."
Right.
They like to say your mama. They like
Right.
to say, "Oh, your mama this, your mama that, your mama." They like kids.
Right.
No accountability.
They like kids. They like, okay, let's just say my mom do look like that.
Right.
It still ain't good.
It don't justify you being like that.
It's like, I'm not like saying, now my mama can look like that, but you can't look like that. No, we talking about this as for our women. The image of our women shouldn't be a mean, hand on your hips,
Overweight.
fupa, overweight, no bra, saggy bitties.
Right.
That shouldn't be an image of the woman. Are there women that look like that? Yes.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be the image to achieve to where you walk and you go to Times Square and be like, I want to go
That's
and
the ideal
if
black
we're going to
woman.
have a 12-foot image, I want to be like, oh.
That's the ideal black woman.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Remember when Michelle Obama, they going to say, oh, she a man.
Of course they're gonna say that because
she a man.
any woman that got a little bit of dignity about themselves. Now she did do some little.
All right,
messy,
so it
right?
is what it
We gonna
is.
say
She
that to
ain't
the
perfect.
side, right? But as far as her imagery when she's outside in public, you would think most women would say that's a good representation of black women.
Right.
But black women would tear that down.
100%. They call sisters that do stuff like that. Like they call our Israelite sisters. They say y'all just some pick-me. Oh, you got a dress on looking like Sojourner Truth or Harriet Turner.
What the hell is this?
You know, our sisters
our
bad.
sisters be
Y'all
fly.
hate. You just
That's
hate.
right.
It is what it is, right?
100% they be hating.
Yeah, I can't stand that.
Oh, all right.
man.
No, let's go back to this right here. So she's like, it looks like your mother.
Right.
Mother.
Hit play.
Aunties, your cousins, your nieces. Any black woman in your family, she look like me.
She from the Bronx.
I am very happy that she's there. She's
Stop.
12.
Shout out to the Bronx.
She said, "I'm very happy."
I am very happy. Now
Shout
she
out
got
to the
that.
Bronx.
She up there. She keep touching that wig.
That ain't even
not
her.
her.
Y'all sisters get
that
on my dick.
raccoon
hair. Stuff.
It ain't your
this and
hair.
Doing that. That's a wig.
Yeah, hair had it.
And you know, hey, that's a good foresight,
Hey,
Cap, because
right there.
it's something she about to say that's going to illustrate why she got so much pride in that hair. You know, as we continue to play this video, it's going to show why she got so much pride in that hair.
12 feet tall. She's very intimidating.
Stop. I'm sorry.
Intimidating.
What woman wants to be intimidating?
What man want to intimidate
Exactly.
woman?
No one.
Exactly.
I don't want to wake up in the morning and be like,
You want to fight?
You ready to fight?
Damn, man.
Hey, square up, my nigga. Like, no. What
yeah, let's catch a fade.
Yeah, let's catch
Oh,
a
you
fade.
wash the dishes tonight. Let's catch a fade then. Like, what are you talking about?
No one wants that. Like,
And that's that whole thing about handle me.
Right.
Like, I need a man that he couldn't
Pitbull.
handle me.
Right.
You are not a Doberman Pinscher.
No animal, bro.
You not a Rottweiler lady. You supposed to be delicate. You supposed to be a princess. You know what I'm saying? You want to be, I'm authoritative. What she said? What was the word she had? She
yeah,
said,
go back a little bit.
she
Intimidating.
intimidating.
Yeah.
Who you trying to intimidate? Who you trying to intimidate?
Black men.
Listen. I watched a video the other day of a woman. She hit the man twice, and then he knocked her out. She just folded up on the side of the car. You ain't intimidating nobody. You ain't intimidating nobody. Nobody's sitting around scared of you. You are the tool of white supremacy.
Right. That's right.
You are white. You are
100%.
the tool of white supremacy.
The one black chick found out too when she got on that bus. He said,
Oh,
"You're
you
going to
going to
jail
jail
now. You're going to jail now." Bang, boom, pow, straight to the moon. Straight to the moon.
Now hit her with the Shadua Sanders.
Oh, you get this?
Hit her with the Shadua Sanders. Bow.
Bang, boom,
Let's
pow.
go back to play. Play this video.
When you walk by her, you just gotta respect her.
No, you don't. Nobody respects that. Even the ads that popped up don't respect her. McDonald's
and Zip Bound.
Basically,
They was like, damn, that's that you need to lose weight.
I detected it. They said, "This is the best ad for this picture."
That brother was like,
McDonald's was Zip Bound.
fat, not happy. Give her some McDonald's so she can smile. And Zip Bound so she can lose the fupa. That's what AI said.
Oh my God.
AI looked at the picture, they examined it, like, what would be the best advertisement that this particular person may buy?
Got it.
Let's start with McDonald's. If they don't go for that, let's give them the Zepbound. This is one of the two. You know what I mean? It's gonna go for one of them.
We're gonna make some money either way.
Either way, we good. But
go back
ahead.
to it.
You don't laugh at her.
Yes, we do.
And the only person that should
We
really be mad
laughing
at
right now.
I'm trying to stop laughing right now.
You don't laugh at her. Look at her with that smile on her face.
Yeah.
She a baby mama, allegedly.
Yeah, baby and mama.
She look like a baby mama.
Yeah, you know.
A few baby daddies.
And we're
Like
not
a
mad.
baby mama.
They see us.
Stop. I'm sorry. That's the point I wanted to get to. And it's more after it. But she said, they see us. And I was, yeah, exactly. Like, who is it that she has so much concern about seeing her? Right? Why is it so much concern about they seeing her? And Cap alluded to it earlier about the hair that she has in her head. But let's continue to play. She's going to say some more.
Every single day when they go to work, they see us. She's us. And she's black. And she's tired.
You see, he is tired.
We are tired.
Stop right there. From the outfit that she had on, you can tell she had to be tired because she ain't putting no work.
And that's that
That's
Carhartt
a
logo.
Carhartt.
She took out all work.
Working in a warehouse.
You know what I mean? From her, that's on the video right now, and the outfit that they put on the statue, they illustrated a tired black woman.
Right. Yeah.
A tired black woman. That was they illustrated with that statue.
So she got on a Carhartt shirt with a pocket.
With a pocket
so
on it.
you know she working in a warehouse or something somewhere.
Yes, indeed.
You know-
Right. A lot of these warehouses, you see a bunch of women working in these warehouses, grabbing boxes, throwing stuff. You just watch them, you just be like, you know, and it be, some of these sisters be, you know, nice looking sisters, and you like, why did you pick this job to work? You got the black woman want to be a truck driver. You know what I'm saying? They got coochie cutters on and you know, half naked, but they truck drivers traveling all over the world, flying out to Dubai to get pooped on for money.
Damn.
The hell is this?
So they can be seen. They going out and get paid to get the Glock Dookie treatment. Right?
Work.
That's our women, and they coming back like they doing something big.
Like they achieved something.
What?
And it is. They are the
You
ish.
got pooped on.
It is.
But then what's crazy is, you know, we had critical race theory where they taking down images, but they will put this image up of the black woman. But this is what they want you to glorify. You know, talk about that in Isaiah 32:9. Read that real quick.
It's a little bit more on there, and then I'm
Yes,
leaving
sir.
it alone.
Yes, sir.
It's just a couple more seconds. Yeah, play that.
You didn't think we was tired? That's art. If you cannot understand how artistic and creative that statue is, kick rocks. That's art. Black women are art. Whether she had an afro puff or a dress on with a push-up bra, she's still gonna be there. They chose us before they put a 12-foot man.
Stop. That's all I wanted. Stop right there. She said they chose us before they chose a 12-foot man. Do y'all know how big the Lincoln Memorial is? The Lincoln Memorial itself is 99 feet tall. The statue of Lincoln himself is 19 feet tall. So what man was it that she comparing herself to in which a statue was made before?
Now, I heard they had a mountain with
they say something about Rushmore on it?
big faces on it.
Big faces.
Mount
of white men.
Right.
So what's she talking about? You're right. What is she trying to say? They chose
The hell is
us
this?
over a man. What type of man you think she's talking about?
I mean, I think from deduction. Right.
What that means?
You know, so we got these things laid out, you know, from certain statements that's being made and the facts that's out there in the world, we're able to deduct or to subtract the things that cannot be
Y'all
true.
can get off the
right.
just us.
And it leaves us with only one possible answer. So from simple deduction, she can't be talking about white men because there's already statues of white men.
It's huge statues.
Huge statues of white men.
In the name of Memphis, they're huge.
Huge. They are huge.
Huge statues of white men.
It's a huge statue of white men. So who is it that she's so
They're
elated
huge
about?
statue. That's a huge statue of a white woman.
Yes. A huge statue of a white woman.
She huge.
With a fire torch in her hand. So what could she be talking about they chose us before they chose a statue of a man. She's talking about black men. Wow. And that goes right back to that point that Captain Yadin made earlier. When she flipping the hair, she got so much pride in the straight hair. That's not your natural hair. And why you choose to make it straight?
Hey, go to Jeremiah 31.
That's where I was at.
No,
you got it.
I
You
know
got
you was there. I
You
was
got
like,
it.
I couldn't wait. Jeremiah 31 and verse 22.
Yes, sir.
This is what she proud of. She's proud that it ain't a black man they take a statue of.
Right.
She proud of that. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 22.
Read it out.
How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter?
Go ahead.
For the Lord had created a new thing in the earth.
A new thing on the earth has been created because of the sins of our people. Right. Read.
A woman shall compass a man.
And that's what she was talking about. She was like, they picked a black woman to put so everybody, they can see us. They see us. Who will see you? She like her slave master.
Right.
She want her slave master to see her. That's what she wanted to be seen. She want her slave master to see her.
Daddy to see her.
Read that one more time, that last part.
A new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
That's what they want, and that's what's happening right now. We see the black woman is being set above the black man because they have a goal. Go to Jeremiah chapter 11 and verse 19. I think what I want. 11 and verse 19.
And Cap, that show whose opinion she values.
Right. Yes.
Because she's saying they see me now.
Yeah,
they see
care.
us.
She don't care about how the black man see her.
Right.
You know why? Because she done busted, like the scripture you read, she done spread her feet open to so many different men. And guess what? Not men that follow the Bible, that follow the word, not Israelite men that keep the commandments and the faith of Jesus Christ. She done busted open for Pookie and Ray Ray.
Right.
He done and Habib
right.
to get her milk. Right, and even a white man, because we see all these things about these black women swirling, running the white man getting murdered. Right. They paying all the bills. They walking around. You make them. They be making y'all think that that Chad coming through and taking care of the bills. Nope. No, they taking care of the bills. Right. They paying for stuff. They going and buying their own wedding rings and stuff like that. Halle Berry, guess what? She paying the bills. That's what's going on, right? That's who they care about. They want to look good for them.
And Serena Williams being married to that bag of milk.
Yeah,
like how can you be shaped like a bag of milk?
Not a bag of milk.
She crip walked for the culture when she was going against a black man.
Right.
But then she go home to
a satchel of milk.
Milk of magnesia.
He's a satchel full of
came
milk.
out there, she like, yeah. While Crips killed her sister.
Right.
Then she go home to a dude that looked like he couldn't get a tan if he fell asleep in a tanning bed.
You seen a Walmart bag before?
Oh my God!
Now imagine a Walmart bag. You get a gallon of milk and you pour it in there and you top the top.
She let
that's what she married.
She letting that lay on top of her.
She is married to a satchel of milk.
He got on top of me and did his thing.
Just flopping sounds like a waterbed sound. Flop, flop, flop.
That's what she married to.
She married to a satchel.
She walking for the culture and go home to milk of magnesia.
That's crazy work.
Read that, Jeremiah 11 verse 19.
Jeremiah chapter 11 and verse 19.
Because this is what her overall message is I don't need no black man. I don't care about the image of the black man. I don't want the black man to be out in front. I want the white man to see me.
Right.
Read that.
But I was like a lamb or an ox that is brought to the slaughter.
That's the black woman right now. The black woman is like a lamb or an ox being brought to the slaughter. The scripture says that she is the weaker vessel, right? So her mind is being used and abused to push white supremacy, the white agenda. Keep reading.
And I knew not that they had devised devices against me.
That statue right there is a device devised against the black woman and the black household and the Israelite household in general. It was set up to be against us. Read.
Saying, let us destroy the tree.
Let us destroy the what?
Let us destroy the tree.
The tree is the black man. The tree
That's
is
right.
the Hispanic man. The tree is the so-called Native American man. The tree is the Israelite man.
Right.
It says, let us destroy the Israelite man. Read.
With the fruit thereof.
With the fruit thereof. That goes into his kids. Right. Because it's by numbers, we know that kids raised in a household with a man in the household, whether it be a man and a woman, or just a man, do better than when they're raised with the black woman. That's known. By the numbers, it's known. They come out better that way.
Right.
So if you destroy the black man, you're gonna destroy the black babies. Right. And guess who you used to do it? You used the black woman to do it.
Right. She don't even realize.
The strong in she didn't know that there was devices set up to destroy her. Read that again. Let us do what?
Let us destroy the tree with the fruit thereof.
Let us destroy the tree with the fruit thereof. Go ahead.
And let us cut him off from the land of the living.
Let us cut him off from the land of the living. Because if you destroy the man, guess what? You can destroy the Israelites.
That's it.
If you get rid of the man, you destroying the Israelites.
Right.
Let us cut him off from the land. As I said, let's cut her off from the land of the living. Because they're going to continue to use her. They're going to continue to have sex with her, right? They're going to use her. They're going to have her in the rap videos twerking, right? They're going to have her. They sex trading her all over the world. She's flying to Dubai to get pooped on and peed on for money, right? They like, look, we need her to make nigga babies.
Yeah, that's what the Willow Lynch letter said. She used
exactly.
for good economics.
Good economics.
Right.
Keep reading.
That his name may be no more remembered.
That his name can be no more remembered. As long as the black woman in power. When you read in the Bible, when women were in power, guess what we were in? Idolatry.
Right. That's it.
Bring it out.
We were in idolatry. We were worshiping other gods. That's what happened when the women were in power. You can read it throughout the Bible. The sister didn't want to give it up. She hid him. She took him with her. Right? And she died in childbirth.
That's right.
I got a precept for you.
Go ahead, read the precept.
Hey,
read
give
the
me
scripture.
1 Kings chapter 14, 22. Just to prove that point, when women were in power, hey, idolatry is up, and it was something else that was up. It's going on in the Bible Belt right now. Read that.
1 Kings chapter 14 and verse 22. And Judah did evil in the sight of the Lord, and they provoked him to jealousy with their sins which they had committed, above all that their fathers had done.
So just like the past, it happened. Judah is the so-called American black. So hey, it follows to today. Read.
For they also built them high places.
All these churches, they building all these churches on all these street corners. Read.
And images.
And what?
And images.
And images. So like what y'all going into, Captain? The image of the white man is so ingrained in our sisters' minds that is their God, and they do anything for their God versus their man and their nation.
That's it.
Keep reading.
And groves on every high hill.
And those groves are the places or those sanctuaries that they meet up to do all these abominations. Read.
And under every green tree. And there were also sodomites in the land.
There was also what?
Sodomites in the land.
So while the women were in their rulership doing their thing, now we see that idolatry is up. And then sodomites, showing you that women cannot raise men. Read.
That's right.
And they did according to all the abominations of the nations which the Lord cast out before the children of Israel.
So our brothers and sisters, this is in the past. We did this back in Kings. We're still doing it to this day in the churches. The churches are the new groves of today. The churches are these abominable groves that we was worshiping back in that time. We was worshiping idols back then. Now the idol is the cross, the picture of Christ. And now we understand that with the altar boys and the priests escapades, we see that sodomites are on the rise as well.
Dang.
So, hey,
they go into the age of decadence.
It's definitely the age of decadence. And wait. And then there's another one, Cap. It blows my mind how our sisters.
You can't say that word.
Well,
now we talk about the Catholic Church.
Right. Well, it is mind-boggling that
there you go.
Our sisters are getting fed a trick bag and don't even see the trick in front of them. Give me Jeremiah real quick. No.
Bring it out.
Isaiah 32 and 5.
Break it out.
Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 5.
Read.
The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful.
So wait a minute. It says the vile person shall no more be called liberal. So this liberal, let's go into the politics real quick. We understand that the liberals are linked to the Democratic Party, and they're the ones that push the homosexuality, the LGBT ideology. They even push this image. Because I'm telling you, those
push women empowerment.
Right. Those liberal women, and they all look the same. They all got either the pink, blue hair, the yellow hair, and then it's short, buzz cut, and tattoos everywhere. And they dress just like this woman that we're seeing. Keep reading.
For the vile person will speak violently, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy.
To practice what?
Hypocrisy.
So what they do is it's called virtue signaling, where I'm a appear to be righteous, I'm a appear to be the good guy, but you're actually setting the trick bag. A lot of y'all sisters don't understand that you were the commodity when it came down to this new economics.
Right. That's right.
The household to get yo silly behind out in the work field to tax the house twice. Right. Our sisters are so lost in the sauce, they think it's their help.
But then the white woman, she understands that if her man in power, she's still in control.
That's it.
She understands that, but can't tell that to Eve. Eve's still covenant over Adam's glory of being a god. Right. You cannot tell that to her. Keep reading.
And to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he would cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
So you see how they empty our community out? They sabotage us financially. They sabotage our book and give us this false religion. Slave Bible, taking
family
out
structure
truths of the Bible. All this stuff was done by that liberal or vile man and woman.
That's it.
The instruments also of the churl are evil.
You see that? Going back into those instruments. That right there, that image is an instrument of evil. Because what it's doing is pushing a stereotype on our sisters, and they didn't pick the ideal candidate. They picked the stereotype of all black women. I'm going to just be real with you. The real out of shape, don't make me mad.
Whatever.
I'm about to fight
the strong black woman.
Whatever.
The strong black woman.
That is a stereotype. And a lot of our brothers and sisters keep falling for it. Like you mentioned, Cap. The brother did a 2-piece combo on a sister for going in his pocket. She was robbing him. And when he did a 2-piece to get away from her, now you got Captain Save-Ems. You got the men of the community to try to come to him.
The mama's boy show up.
It's crazy.
Hey, read Deuteronomy 28, verse 37 real quick.
I was going to ask you to show us that 2-piece again, but I'm going to let it make it.
I'm
going to let you make it.
What? I got the video.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 37. Let me show you something real quick. This is what's going on. Like, that's an image that's being praised right now as the positive image of a black woman, which is insane.
Right.
It's insane. Go ahead. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37.
Read out.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
That's what we have become.
Right.
Our sisters have become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. And that's what that statue is. Right. When you look at that statue, it's all those things in one. All those things in one. And read it one more time.
And thou shalt become an astonishment.
An astonishment, a great wonder. When we in Alabama right now, we got a major university, Alabama State. Not Alabama State. University of Alabama, right? The Sooners, right? Mm-hmm. So we used to have to go up there because we had a bank up there, and that's the only place we could go to use that bank. I went up there, and I'm looking at the women on the campus, and I'm looking at the white women. They all, every last one of them in shape. They look like they wake up in the morning, go jogging, come home, jog, do sit-ups. They look like they do Zumba, do whatever it is. It seems like they do that all day long.
Right.
And whenever it's not that many black people there, but every black woman I saw there. I'm not saying that every black woman there is out of shape.
80% of them.
Every black woman I saw
What's the number?
Look like that statue.
80% off.
Okay, that's why I literally cannot wait until we get to that obesity belt portion of this whole little segment.
Oh yeah, we gonna miss it today. We can't even get there today.
I literally got some stories for that.
You got some stories?
I'm gonna save it when we get to it.
Okay. All right. But it's insane. It's insane that black women can look at that image and be like, "That's it."
That's
like
empowering.
we gotta stop. Lizzo.
Crazy. She lost weight.
Shout out to Lizzo. She was messed up. Now we can get her putting a dress on and covering herself up even more. It seems like she gonna probably let more of herself out now that she done lost weight. But at least she done got to the point where she like, listen, I had to lose weight. Now I don't know what made her get to that point, but she there. But a lot of our sisters think that, it don't matter. Like, you should love me the way I am. That's the church.
Right.
Come as you are.
The hell is
but
this?
it ain't in the Bible. It ain't in there. I ain't never read "Come as you are." In here.
It's the gospel
So
of
trying to tell me in
Ezekiel.
the whole Bible belt, they ain't never found that scripture before? They said
Listen.
come as you are?
But
Stay as you are?
It ain't in there.
Dang.
It ain't
in
used.
Galatians.
Ask Jeeves.
Yeah.
Google.
Asking our homie Jeeves.
Yeah, ask nigga G.
Ask our nigga
G.
Jeeves.
It is what it is. He gonna be like, do not compute. Do not compute. It is what it is. And these same sisters gonna be the sisters that's bringing forth these YNs.
Right.
So,
Hey, also, can we read Ezekiel chapter 22? You can start at verse 4.
Bring it out.
Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 4. And can you look up the word infamous for me? The word infamous. But Ezekiel chapter 22, let's start at verse 4.
Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 4. Thou art become guilty in thy blood that thou hast shed, and hast defiled thyself in thy idols, which thou hast made.
So this is the Lord speaking to the nation of Israel. He said, we became guilty in the blood that we shed and through the idols that we have been worshiping. Read on.
And thou hast caused thy days to draw near, and are come even unto thy years.
Read.
Therefore have I made thee a reproach unto the heathen, and a mocking.
In a what?
And a mocking.
In a what?
And a mocking to all countries.
No, some countries.
All countries.
God said our sin and our idolatry has led us so far away from God that we've become a mocking to everybody on the face of the earth.
What?
Everybody. Read the next verse.
Those that be near and those that be far from thee shall mock thee, which are infamous.
No, infamous.
Infamous. And much vexed.
It says those that be near and those that are far from us, they're going to mock us because we're infamous. Can we look at that definition of infamous real quick?
Word of the day.
Infamous.
Hey, this sister on here named Tammy T. She don't like what we saying.
Yeah.
She says too many gay black men. Well, who be getting all y'all pregnant then?
Oh my God!
Y'all must be getting pregnant by peanut butter.
The Holy Ghost.
Damn, they infamous for getting pregnant.
Who getting all these black women pregnant? Where all these baby kids coming from?
Hey.
If it's all these gay black men out here.
It's the Holy Ghost, Cap. The unholy ghost.
The unholy ghost. They all think they married the Virgin Mary.
What a ball.
They all the Virgin Mary. Like, who's the pappy? Jesus is the pappy.
You always be saying that I'm married to Jesus.
You ain't married to
Nigga,
Jesus.
you think Jesus about to marry you?
Hey, no, we got a fupa.
Out of all the people Jesus can marry, he chose you. Come on, bro. All right. So anyway, it says infamous, well known for some bad quality or deed.
Dang.
The Bible says to be infamous mean that you're well known for a bad quality or deed.
Message.
Black women, unfortunately, are known throughout the whole earth as being loud,
Right.
as being overbearing, as being independent. All
Sexually
these
enticing.
socially enticing,
sexually
enticing,
Promiscuous.
right? Very promiscuous attitude.
You think of attitude? They're gonna have a picture of a black
woman.
They're gonna have that picture that they got in New York.
Right.
She gonna have a bonnet on though.
A bonnet with a flip flop in her hand.
Oh no!
That's the image of
what they
a
call
black
it. Clanchetta. I think
Clanchetta.
I know. I said it.
Like a boomerang, boy. They got like a string on it. It come right on back like a yo-yo. The Bible says that our people have become infamous for these bad qualities. You know, and the sister, like we were watching the video, she's cleaving to that.
She love it.
Know, she love it. She's glorifying all the bad qualities. You gotta glorify the being overweight. No, like, listen, we're not tearing nobody down, right? But you're not supposed to glorify those qualities. It's a bad quality.
Exactly.
You gotta change that about yourself.
You want to show the good images. You want to see an image of what people want to aspire to be. Right. You don't want to show all the bad images. That's why whenever one of our young men get into something, they're not going to try and find the best image of him. They're going to find an image of him throwing up a gang sign. They're going to find an image of him like doing the prison pose or whatnot. That's what they're going to find. But for these other nations, they're going to find him. He's going to have a suit on, a tie on, a church picture. That's what they're going to have. That's the images they're going to show. That's why the commercial's like, image is everything. Image is everything. Image is everything. Reality. And the thing is, you know, sisters like Tammy, Tammy that's on here. You know what I'm saying? They are what's wrong with Black America.
That's
100%.
That's right. Sister said you hit her below the fupa with that question.
That's below the fupa. Oh my God. That's probably below the
fupa belt unchained. Unchained the belt. Unchained the fupa belt.
What you're saying though, that's a heavy point because our public image, it plays a major role in how we're treated in the court systems, how we're treated at the hospitals and so forth. I remember it was a rash of sexual assaults going on different campuses and whatnot, right? And they had some Caucasian young men, right, who did these things, but when they got presented on the news, they had a suit on, they had a tie, and the verbiage was, hey, he has a bright future ahead of him. Right. What? You don't want to destroy his future.
That's what it was.
But when it's a black boy, it show you an image of him being Lil Ray or a super killer, homicide, real nigga. That's the image they got of him. He in the hood doing his money spread with his $17 up his arm.
And listen,
you know what I mean?
And that's why we got to stop doing these things. We got to stop taking these pictures. We got to stop putting ourselves out there as public enemy number one.
That's right.
We like to think that, you know, it's just a picture. It's just this. No, it's a whole case going to be made of you. It's going to be a whole case being made. You show an image like that, that's what you're going to be. You got to think about it. Think about these sisters, you know, that actually crime happens to. The news is going to take the image of you, which you turned around with your butt and you bending looking that way. That's the image they're going to use of you. That's going to be put all over the world, all over the nation. Like it was a sister, I think she jumped off Niagara Falls or something like that. I think, I could be saying it wrong, but she killed herself. Right, and because she was dating a white guy and it didn't work out or whatever, and the images they showed her was just horrible. You know, what's the sister down here that says she got kidnapped?
Oh man, I forget her name.
I can't remember.
Dang, see if we can find her real.
What's her name, real fast? She said she got kidnapped.
It's in Hoover.
In Hoover, yeah.
Oh, that's a.
She said she got kidnapped.
Yeah.
Or whatnot.
She's a little cray.
Let me see what I find.
She didn't even go to jail.
No, she didn't.
Carly Russell.
Carly Russell.
That's it.
Carly Russell.
That's it.
Right? She
Because her pants got pulled. That's why.
You know, that's the image. Give me that one. Give me that one to the bottom right. The one in the middle of the blue. That's it right there. It looks just like her.
That's the picture.
Yeah, that's a statue.
That's the image right there.
Let's see if we can get it real quick.
That's
we can
the
pull
image
it
of a
up.
black woman.
That is. That's yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, control plus that thing.
That's the image right there.
That is. That's it.
Go to it right quick. That's it right there. That's the image. That's the image.
Dang.
Right? That's the image.
That's a typical black woman.
She said that she got kidnapped. She said she got kidnapped. They got people up here trying to find this woman. Everybody banding together. You got people saying nobody cares about the black woman. And now, come to find out, she lied about the whole thing.
Right.
They throwing parties and stuff like that, whatever. She don't want to pay the money back. All kinds of crazy stuff going on. Listen.
And how that's going to affect the next person that actually is kidnapped? Like, because we bring up these issues about no one caring about black women, and then this one that actually got some media attention, it ended up being it's a farce. It's a hoax now. You know, how is that going to affect the next one?
Exactly. I don't know. Tammy T says she blocked. We ain't blocked you.
Yeah,
we like y'all to comment.
Hey,
more people get to see. More people can see. Keep typing. You showing who you are according to the Bible.
Bring it out.
That's you showing who you are. But look, let's get off of this real quick. You know. So look here. It's 5:30, a little past 5:30, right? Listen, this Bible Belt Unchained. Look,
Unchained.
Look, we still trying to let our hair down. You know what I'm saying? We just got started.
Turn to the black woman Unchained.
You can't say that.
Trying to let our hair down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But listen, the show gonna be like this. It's gonna be lit. We're gonna go over these things, and we're gonna show you what the Bible say. We're gonna try and free your mind from Christianity because it's chained up through the lies,
hypocrisy.
I was about to say something else, but I let it go. Let it go. It's been chained up in the lies. So listen, we about to log off. Listen, make sure y'all subscribe to IUIC Birmingham. Subscribe to our YouTube. Subscribe to the Facebook. Subscribe to TikTok. I think we got a Rumble. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, Sunday is listen. While they in church learning about a fake God, right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what we doing?
Unchange your mind.
Unchaining the mind.
That's right.
Right here, right?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we doing. Hey, if you in Alabama, you looking for a church home. I hate that. You looking for a place to keep the commandments of God. They go to www.israelunite.org. Go to contact us, and you can find a school near you. You can find us, find a school wherever you at, and get this word. Right.
That's right.
I think coming up next, we got
Is it?
That's Lion Den Radio.
Yep.
Right over there. That's it.
Help me out.
That's it.
I'm right here. Here you go.
You too far.
There it
is right there.
Donate.
Ain't no nation like donation.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Close the doors.
We don't have the devil the Bible speaks of giving us multi-million-dollar loans so we can get these big whorehouses that they got. You know what I'm saying? But look, donate to the mission. The brothers going out teaching this truth. For being able to have radio shows like this where we can teach the truth. Make sure you donate. Make sure you congregate. Do not be a social media internet Israelite.
Don't do that.
That's right.
From home Israelite.
You gotta congregate.
You gotta. That's the best part.
You gotta congregate.
If you think listening to us is good, think about how much more it is walking into the body.
That's right.
That's right.
All right, all praise. So coming up next in about 30 minutes, maybe less than that now since I went over a little bit, we got the Lions Dens Radio, fresh out of Orlando, Captain OC.
The official.
Shout out to Mighty Cap.
The official OC.
The official OC.
You know what I'm saying? So look, tonight y'all know we're going to be on the smoke.
We know we're going to get this
smoke. We're going to be in Clubhouse. We're going to be on the smoke. Come on, man.
Pull the mask down.
Show no.
You know what I'm saying?
We one of them days.
All praise to the Most High. So listen, right? I'm Captain Yadin of IUIC Birmingham, and this is Bible Belt Unchained. So make sure you tune in next week, next Sunday, same Bible Belt time, same Bible Belt place. I came up with that on my own.
That's right.
I think it's kind of
I like it. I like it.
All right, hey, look, and with that, we're gonna say shalom.
Hey, shalom.
Shalom, family.
Saviors of the earth. Y'all know what time it is. IUIC Birmingham, Alabama. No more listening to lies and paying tithes. These pastors going insane. Bible Belt Unchained. They only preaching for the fame. Bible Belt Unchained. I see my people pockets drained.